Hello.
It's freedom. Freedom.
Wait, is the mic working?
Freedom. Do 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 do.
Do
Freedom.
do 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 do.
Freedom.
Are our mics on?
Do do.
Wait, yours and Naomi.
What?
Okay, now Jesus, you're just really you're just really quiet.
It's
Naomi's like,
literally right by my face.
Naomi's like, hey guys.
Welcome to Naomi ASMR.
Get out of here. So what's up, everyone? Hello. This is the Naomi Freedom Sip celebration.
Hey,
Guess what
Yvonne.
happened? Naomi's done with her work, done with her job.
Yeah.
Finally. Naomi's free.
I'm free. Free.
Yep.
Oh God.
How does it feel?
I'm just really tired.
It's
I'm
noon.
so tired.
It's fucking. Tell her to get into the kitchen. Base. Get into the kitchen.
At least for a while.
Congratulations
thanks,
on being out of the cage, Naomi.
God.
Oh. So, Naomi, how do you feel? Aside from being tired, how do you feel being done with that job?
So good. So good to not have to go and stress out at a shitty job.
Yeah.
I can get another shitty job later, but for right now, I'm gonna chillax. I'm gonna chillax and attempt to recover my mental health. I don't know how well that's gonna go.
Well, also, we will likely have to go through all the fucking moving bullshit once again in the next few months. So,
Don't worry about it.
you might as well just take some time
fine.
off and hang out.
It's
We gotta deal with
fine.
that. $5 from Zontar. Thanks, dude. Gundam Assemble Wargame announced. 3 mini sets for 3,300 yen. It's so over for 40k in Battletech. The Japanese have won this war just by showing up.
Yep.
Oh no. especially if the whole Warhammer 40k thing really is. You know, I know people overblow it sometimes, but I also hear like, are they going woke, dude? Oh. If Japan might just take over. Holtznayer, $5. Hey man. Hey Dev, congrats on Naomi. Also Dev, how did the talk on Wick TV go? It went okay. Why no Dev on Archcast? Because yesterday was Naomi's final day at work, and we celebrated last night. We went out instead. We did other things. I did not go on the Archcast. The Wick TV talk was like, it was all right, but like it was very clearly like Counterpoints and I didn't know much about the topic. Lonerbox did. We needed someone like Sargon to actually represent the other side of the argument properly. And Sargon was like, I asked him to come on, and he fucking, I think he called Lonerbox a rape apologist.
Jesus.
I was like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude?
What is Naomi doing instead of work? Becoming a NEET. I'm gonna live my full NEET life dream of doing nothing and becoming a gremlin. More than I already am.
Let's see. Oh, Jasso Havens, $5. Congrats, Naomi. Free. Dev should free me from the sewers in the Discord. I mentioned it on the other stream. Yeah, but Jasso Havens, what is your fucking Discord name, man? Is it Jasso Havens? I don't see you in there. He called him a grapist straight up on Twitter. Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous, to be honest. It was kind of ridiculous. Learnerbox didn't know shit. I don't know about that, man. Like, here's the thing. You have some leftists who outright say, yeah, the Muslim grooming rape gangs don't exist. You're just being a racist. And he's not that. Lonerbox said, yep, they're all happening. However, statistics show that you know, demographically, Muslims don't rape at any higher rates than native whites do. And people focus on Muslims because they want to deport the Muslims. And it's like, there's probably some truth to that, too.
Well, yeah, no, it's just the fact that now there's more people, so there's more rapes happening.
Lonerbox isn't lying, Blonde. Calm down. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at sewers right now. What is your fucking name? I don't see you in there.
Do I not have access to the cesspool?
The cesspool? Wait, yes, he is. What is he lying about then, Blonde? You fucking blob?
God, I hate Discord.
Do you realize that we're in the future according to Black Ops 2?
Yes.
Are we?
Yeah.
And also, oh yeah, because Black Ops 2 is like 2025. Yeah. Yo, yeah, I'm in the sewers. Jasso Heavens, where the fuck are you? The statistics are skewed by the fact that police have admitted that they weren't investigating the gangs. That's possible. That is possible, yeah. Wait, this A guy is Jasso Havens? You're why is your name Jasso Havens? Okay. Dude, 2025 definitely sounds like the future, 2025. Change the streaming category. It will be a gaming stream afterwards. We will be playing Final Fantasy VII after this. Ow!
Sorry.
Jesus, Naomi!
Are you okay?
Just fucking slash my goddamn leg up with your fucking nail. Get out of here.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know what he lied about. It's well known the UK actively avoids investigating and prosecuting crimes by Muslim immigrants. I mean, it is well known. Sounds good, but you need like something that proves that,
Chat.
Oh, where is it?
I don't know.
Nope,
Blonde
well, it's
said
gone.
there's a bit chat.
Well, fuck blonde.
Well, isn't that usually on the bottom anyway?
The job paid you shit not near as much as you were worth for what you did, and forced you to deal with shitty workplaces that made you shitty in order to cut costs, take advantage of the fact the economy is shit, to force you to deal with it. She can't get another job. Yeah, but she left, so she's fine.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. Wait, a membership from Adam. No job means Naomi's VTuber career can start. Go ahead, Naomi, start it up.
No.
Hey, Dry Bread.
No. I am not good enough at small talk to be a VTuber.
He called Tommy Robinson a terrorist? I forgot. I must have missed that part. He claimed the fact that Tommy confronted them was the reason they had to postpone the trial. Yeah, but that's actually true, though. Like, per UK law, you can't, harass people outside of the court. It might be stupid, but it is the law, and that was the reason why they had to be postponed. Like, that part was true. Let's see here. $5 from Yvonne. Let's see. Naomi, is it true that Dev is naked for the stream? Is that what you're introducing from the camera?
Yes.
Yes. Don't worry about that. Let's see. What was her job? Asks the Goodman. Bookkeeper, basically.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, hold on. You think Black Ops 2 got any predictions of the future right? Probably not. 15 days, you'd be like America's Scotland. You think so? Hi, Naomi. Hi, Kami. Play Star Sector. What's Star Sector anyway?
Hi.
Listen, you can sit there and say journalism isn't harassment. You can disagree with the law, but nonetheless, we can still map out the consequences of the law as followed. Yeah, that's total bullshit. Sequester the jury and have a police guard. Yeah, okay, fair enough, but nonetheless, the law is the way that it currently is, and Tommy Robinson is not playing by it. Therefore, we can at least point to him somewhat. That is true. Wait, hold on. Loner Box called World War II America Nazi fucks in the same stream. Oh, yeah. That's because before America got attacked by the Japanese, there were actually a bunch of pro-Nazi elements in the United States who didn't want to join the war. I don't give a fuck about UK law. Well, fuck you then, Blonde. Like, what the fuck? Like, Blonde, you're out here saying, I have this idea, and I say, well, here's all the reasons as to why it's wrong. And you just say, I don't care about the reasons as to why it's wrong. My idea. It's like, well, I don't care then. Fuck off.
Oh, well, okay, no, listen, I have a hard time believing Muslims don't rape at a higher rate than something normalized. That's something normalized in many other cultures. No, listen. Rape people who aren't their wives is probably not higher than, average. But raping their wives is like astronomically high. Probably the highest. But if you're only counting rapes, more or less rape strangers, then it's probably about the same. But if you include raping spouses, then it's higher. Naomi's solo stream went. Listen, the last one didn't go that well. By that logic,
we can blame the Jews for resisting the law and not getting killed during World War. Oh my God! If you're actually making that comparison, that's fucking ridiculous. America was woke right pre-World War II. That's funny. Blonde loner smoked you during that debate, even though I agree with you. Indirect Soda asked, why are you defending that cuck? Well, because he's right this time. I don't care about, I don't know the guy all that well. Seems like a nice enough guy. What I care about is what's true. And he seems to be true.
Shush.
He seems to be correct.
Shush, Avalon. It's okay. Dev asks for it, so it's fine.
Fuck off. You know what? He is not right though. Well, what is he wrong about? Like, okay, I see so many of you guys in the chat being like, he's wrong. He does. Yeah. You haven't like said anything about. He's not even British. He was born in Scotland, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Comet check Star Sector now.
Okay, what the
Check
fuck?
it out. Thank you for the 25.
I'll check it out later. I'm checking it out now.
You're gonna forget.
I'll open it up. Star Sector. It's a video game. I'll look at it later. Okay, I'm just gonna put it aside.
Video game.
God, I already have a headache from chat stupidity. Why is this happening?
Because you argue with the chat constantly.
But they're idiots.
So are you.
No.
So it's okay.
No.
It's a vicious
No.
circle of idiots.
No. No.
I'm the only smart one here.
No. 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 Bill Skinner, $10. The problem with Loner Box and Wick that I saw was he was only talking about convictions, and the contention was that these grooming gangs weren't even being prosecuted. Okay, that's fair. We just need more data on that, basically. Yeah. Yo, Dev, any thoughts on Sam Hyde's message to Elon? Haven't really looked into it, to be honest.
What was the message?
I haven't looked into it. I don't know.
Well, okay, I haven't really looked into it versus I don't even know what the message is. There's two
He
very
did a video.
different
He was
things.
sitting in a room. He was talking to Elon about something economic. That's all I know.
Okay.
Fuck. Even bullshit from you today. Holy shit. Fucking hell, Naomi.
Yeah.
Christ.
Gosh, you melodramatic queen.
You. I say, I'm like, I don't know. You're like, how? Oh, what, Dev? I was like, what the fuck,
I
Naomi?
literally didn't say Dev. You said I don't really know, which means that you have some information, just not a lot. But then I asked you for slightly more information, presuming that you had some
my
because of your poor word choice, you failure
I know
of
that
an
it
English
happened.
major.
Oh, God. Hey, Naomi, you're a decent person? Well, I don't really know. That actually means I don't know. It means you're not.
Yeah, I know.
$50. Thank you very much from E Platypus Unum. Here's to being finished with that job, Naomi. Now to find another soul trusting job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, dude. Letterbox was lying about Tony Robinson. His family member was raped by one of those people. He wasn't just some random who get drunk and get in fights. He was personally affected by it. Okay. I don't know the full Tony Robinson story. I know that I know Tony Robinson has actually done some bad things. I also know that he's been treated quite unfairly. It's one of those situations where it's not all one way with Tony Robinson.
$5.
$5 from Caspian. Thank you. Just want to say, even though I think you're wrong sometimes, I appreciate seeing your perspective. It makes me think. So thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Listen, with regards to the whole Muslim grooming gang thing, what I've noticed is that people on the left notice that there's a lack of data for some things and then say, well, I guess nothing's happening. People on the right assume that something bad is happening but don't have the data to bring it up. They don't have the data to back it up. So basically, it's like, well, you can assume that X is happening, but you do need proof that X is happening. You can't just be like, well, obviously, because Muslims.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean don't have the data? Here's what I mean, Tidge. People say, well, there's no data on the Muslim grooming gangs, and the official data shows them raping at the same level as whites because they're just not prosecuting it. It's like, okay, well, you need to back that up, though. You need to show that there was like X number of cases that would have been prosecuted that weren't prosecuted. Like, you have to show me.
Did you miss a super chat?
Gifted in Dev's Walls from Forget 5. No, see, Tidge, right there. You say, oh, it's fine, guys. It's not happening. Oh, my God. Show me. Don't just speak it on the internet. Show me. Let's see. What did I miss?
One from Aaron Gray.
Hold on. Goodman for $5. Left. Biden sniffing hair. Right. Daddy-daughter. What?
Gross. Both of those are gross.
I'm looking for Aaron's. Where is it? Scrolling up. Oh. Howdy, I love y'all. VTuber news when? I wish Sargon showed up. He'd actually on point with the issue, especially with immigration swiftly in Britain. Sargon should have showed up to that, yeah. This is the thing, right? This is one of those cases where I fully admit that I don't fully know what's going on. However, all of the sources that I have seen, they do not fully back up the claims that people are saying that they do. You know? Like someone will be like, this source definitively proves that Muslims are raping their way across the UK and leaving no vagina unstuffed. And it's like, okay, open it up. And it's like, these 3 Muslim guys raped 5 women. And it's like, well, that's bad, but it is not what you've claimed. So, perhaps I need to see a bit of proof. Draken, PLN, 10 PLN. Yeah, my house is on fire, but I need smoke as proof. No, you need the fire as proof. You goon. Thank you for the 10 PLNs though. $5 for Hunt. Didn't Robinson get kicked out of the EDL for not being anti-Islam enough? I'm not sure. I don't know. I do not know, man.
Leaving no vagina unstuffed is probably the wildest shit I've heard from you, and I've watched a lot of your content. That's not the wildest thing I've heard from Deb.
Raping our churches, burning our women. Yeah, so what happened, Ovinator, is I asked Sargon to go on the Wick panel, and Sargon replied by saying, why would I talk to a fucking rape apologist? And I don't know if he was talking about Wick or Lonerbox or even Counterpoints, but it was like ridiculous what Sargon said. And then Lonerbox like blew up at him and was like, when did I ever fucking apologize for any rapes, you scumfuck piece of shit?
Amazing.
Why do I apologize for rape, Dev? Because it's based. Ow. Ow. That's how you get a girlfriend, guys. Step 1, rape. All you incels, that's what you gotta do. Ow! Ow!
God damn it, Deb. You piece of shit. You deserve all of these.
Ow! Ow!
God.
Stop hitting me!
It's deserved! You're gonna make stupid jokes that I get to hit you.
Okay, here's a bit from Starcade. The data doesn't exist because the government refuses to investigate. Local councils have asked for queries, but the government refuses. Here's the thing, right? Like, Lonerbox said, and then linked the report in the chat, the inquiries that did happen. So the claim that the inquiries, the government refused to do an inquiry, that's not true. Like, the report came out 2 years ago. The inquiry report came out 2 years ago, man. What's wrong now? You don't appreciate a Chad pump and dump story?
No! Unless it's mine!
Are you getting pumped and dumped?
No, I'm the pumper and dumper.
You're the pumper and dumper? Stop taking Lonerbox at his word. Okay, Mr. Bruh, at his word, he linked the report. Okay, the report was bullshit. Show me. Show me. Like, you're making claims. Show me. I'm not taking you at your word either. Oh my god, this is stupid. Like, we've been going for like 15 minutes and it's already full retard time in the chat.
Listen, you started it.
No, I didn't.
Mode. Yeah, you did.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't. The chat started it. $5, Numer. Thanks for the tip, man. Next moving fund. Also, take your own advice you gave to Chugga and work on your own drama response ASAP. Don't worry, it's happening, dude. Let's see. Anything else that I missed? Nope. Thanks for all super chats, guys. I can't listen to this later, gang. Tidge, are you fucking kidding me?
Bye, Tidge. We love you.
No, you know what? I like Tidge a lot, but if Tidge is literally at the point where it's like, Dev is asking for proof of this claim that I sincerely believe, I must leave. That's stupid. That's dumb. No. The same standard of evidence applies to all, including claims that you might hold very dear. You must prove it. The good man, JS, $2. Do they have dark figure? What the fuck? Jeez. Fucking mute ass symbol on the TV. Do they? Fuck! Do they have dark figure of crime in the UK? What does that even mean?
Like Batman.
I don't know.
Joker.
I don't know. To be fair, I started it by asking it. Yes, you did, Holznader.
Yeah.
Stop being lazy. Go to the UK.
But lives in Dev's walls. Then whose walls would
Also,
you live in?
Like, here's the important thing, right? Like, Like, I don't know if you guys even saw it, but like at the very start of the debate, Lonerbox straight up said, "Yeah, everything's happening." He said everything's happening. He said, like, he didn't say like, "Oh, it's not, Muslims don't do it, it's not happening." No, he said, "Yeah, all the stories are happening. It's all real." And it's like, well, what the fuck, man? Like, what more do you want from him?
Dark figures is crime left unreported.
Oh, let's see.
They probably
Do they
have a lot
have
of
dark?
those.
Oh, do they have crime left unreported in the UK? They might become Muslim, then they'll tell you the real numbers.
Over 9,000.
Okay, I don't think Lonerbox would be willing to deport these people, even if they had 100% crime rate. They're brown, and I think that's all he cares about. The West is a serious xenophile problem. You know what? Go fucking yell at him about it. I'm not here to try and divine what he thinks. Anyway, yeah, I do think that the UK has a problem with this sort of thing, and that obviously the people who have done it should be deported. I'm completely fine with that. I don't know if people like wanted me to go harder on Lonerbox. Something that's not going to happen. Just no, deal with that. Deal with it. Coffee, good. And also, yeah, Counterpoints was actually correct. Counterpoints was correct when he said, like, the fact that, British leftists tend to immediately deflect to, well, white people also have, like, grooming gangs. Whenever the Muslim ones come up, that is, in fact, a weakness on the left's part. Because it's like, okay, yeah, sure, they do. But let's talk about this one now. Let's talk about this one now instead of, like, okay. Like, if I say, hey, listen, Group A is a rape group. Here's the rapes that they've committed. And then you say, well, what about Group B that also rapes? It's like, okay, yeah, fine, but we're talking about Group A right now. Let's talk about Group A. It's like, okay, Group B, fine. We'll do that next time. Let's talk about Group A right now. That's fair. It does seem to be deflection, and I don't like that. Hold on, why would I do that? Leftoids have a habit of doxing if you give their cult leaders. I'm going to say this to you, Centro. I'm not a leftoid, never. That's honestly, that's your problem, Apple's ghost, because Lonerbox, for any faults you might think you might have, I've never seen any evidence that he doxes people. I've seen evidence that the Vosh has done that. Never seen any evidence of Lonerbox doing that.
What's H-1B?
The H-1B visa is what Elon Musk is currently fighting with over like the bulk of the right wing.
Oh yeah, to bring in more immigrants like Canada did,
Yeah.
and ruin the U.S. like it did to Canada. Oh.
Hello, Noah.
Hello from West Germany. Hello.
Dress happens for $5. Dev is right. If you diddle a lady, it hotwires their mind to become your big titty goth wife. Based. Also, women can stop pregnancy with willpower alone.
What?
Oh god, that was actually like an argument back in the 2000s. There was this one Republican senator who said that they didn't need to make exceptions in abortion law for women who were raped, because if a woman doesn't consent, she can't get pregnant.
That's not how that works. What? Fucking like grade 5 sex ed class would teach you that.
It's so stupid, man.
Jesus Christ.
It's so dumb.
God, that's like people who are just like, yeah, women can just hold their periods. Just like, no,
Yeah.
no,
They
you
can shut
can't.
that whole thing down,
No,
says Vitek, yeah.
The tightest Kegel will not hold in your period. That's not how liquid works.
It's so dumb, dude. It's so fucking stupid.
God.
Taras Shevchenko, $5. So someone says, what about B on a discussion of A? Announce the stream for topic B the following day. And say today will be dedicated to topic A. That's true. That's true. Listen as well as $5. What if you made them pivot to the correct type of grooming? Everyone could be clean and smell nice. Nice. Anyway, yes. Even if Lonerbox might be wrong about this or that, honestly, he's always been a nice guy. So, and when it comes to the actual data that he presented, I don't know. Unless you have proof the data is wrong, I gotta stick with it. But I guess some people will cope and seethe about it.
Well, I don't know. Like sometimes.
No, here's the thing, right? No, this is important. Like if I came out with data that you like we all knew was just solid, like rock solid new data that it was confirmed, triple confirmed, like 10 times confirmed that Muslims actually rape in the UK way less per capita than whites. People would still rage about it. They'd be like, "Yeah, but they're foreigners. We want them deported." It's like, well, then talk about that then. Like, you can even make a decent argument for being like, if you want to have some fucking like ethno state in the UK, go ahead. It's your fucking country, not mine, right? But don't sit here and deflect with the whole, well, they're doing these crimes. Like, no, you just don't want them there.
Wait. Important context. Is Letterbox British? Or is he American?
He's British.
He's British. Okay, then calling Sargon a cunt is normal.
Well, there you go. See, exactly, Mr. Bro. Exactly, Mr. Bro. So, because they're foreigners, deportment. Okay, so then it's not about crime rates to you. If they didn't commit any crime, you'd still be like, well, they're foreigners, so deport them. Just stop leaning on crime rates.
Periods are starting the balls for femboys, yeah? Thanks for the $2. Plus 1 day.
I said he's been a nice
Plus 1
guy
day,
to
fine.
me, indirect soda, to me. If I'm posting data in the SIP submissions channel, okay, I'll go take a look at it. Warmer.
What if Santa was real but Mrs.
Read these.
I did.
Read these
I said
three.
plus 1 day to Hun, and then I blame Sargon for being British. Yeah, just in general. And then I
Okay,
know
where
it's
is it?
thank you for the $2, and then $5 from Goodman. I know it's late, but what if Santa was real but Mrs. Claus didn't give any? Wouldn't there be data on him? I'm being stupid.
Wait, Boomer,
Correct.
just DM it to me, Boomer. DM.
Thank you, the $5, Sean King. Have you
Thank you.
seen how both the Liberals and the NDP tried to attack Pierre Poilievre for his interview with Jordan Peterson? Their attack reeks of desperation.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Listen,
I watched the interview. It was like a normal ass interview,
listen,
too.
that's just because of having an interview with now insane Jordan Peterson. Ah,
Okay, yeah. What page should I look at on this, Boomer?
just Control F.
Okay, what am I looking for? What part do you want me to see?
Just download an extension to have something read this out loud to you.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Stop. Okay. He said it was an independent inquiry done into the issue and it explicitly found the majority involved were Asian. Yes. So, in this specific case, this investigation, they found the majority of them were going to be these Muslim immigrants. Got it. Lonerbox's point of view, and I have not seen anything that refutes that, is that in total, all of the various like rape gangs and grooming gangs across the UK, whites and Muslims do it at about the same rate. This is a report on a Muslim one. It does not say the white ones didn't exist or that Muslims do it more often.
Sent you a tip on Batrix? No. What is the B?
Wait, Dev being evasive. What do you mean evasive? I just looked at the fucking data. Fuck you. What? Dev being evasive.
What is the B? Can't fucking read all your emotes.
Batrix, you fucking blob.
I can't read the emotes. I haven't learned this new language yet.
Okay, where is it?
Fuck. You shit.
You shit.
You shit.
Okay, where is it?
I don't know.
It should appear here, but it's, where'd my Batrix thing go? Okay, I'm so fucking pissed. Where is it? 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 Where is it?
I don't know.
Dave trying to get one guy. I do. Okay, listen. I'm so pissed when people just say like the most blatantly false fucking nonsense bullshit things, dude. Where is it?
Get cool, bro.
This is just donations, okay? But where?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where?
Stop yelling.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
It's not appearing. Like, so last super chat, you know about the Brazilian drug cartels going on? No idea, Jay Gumman. Sorry.
Isn't there always Brazilian drug cartels?
I think so.
Since forever.
Okay, hold on.
Since there was a
Is it
Brazil.
down here? Here we go. $2 from Holtzner. Is this it? Dev, if someone murdered Naomi and you saw it but you couldn't prove it in court, would it be reasonable for you to be upset when I ask for proof?
I feel like we had.
No, I don't think so.
No, listen, we had this conversation about rape,
Mhm.
and because I was just, as I remember, because I was angry at you, and I was just like, okay, so listen, so if I told you that somebody raped me,
Mhm.
and what would your response be? And I remember the very first time I asked you that question, you were just like, well, I need proof, and I was just like, fuck you.
Listen, there's
Me telling you the proof.
Listen, there's a difference between me personally believing you and then me wanting the government to do something, because you need proof for the
No,
government
I
to
know.
do something.
I understand that after you explained it better.
Hmm.
But this is my point. Is just that you need to explain things better.
Is Naomi getting a new job, or will she become a house slave in Dev's patriarchal household?
I haven't entirely
The second
decided
one,
yet,
actually, the
but
second.
I know that Dev's vying for the second one.
Based. Also, no, Lonerbox isn't Muslim. No. No, Lonerbox. He comes from a Christian family, a Coptic Christian family that evacuated the fucking Middle East, since the Coptics were all getting fucked up by the Muslims, and that was a few generations ago. And he was born in Scotland.
Entirely to the street corner? No, it's too cold.
Indirect Soda, you know that there's something called interbreeding, right? Where you could have like one person who's Coptic and one person who's Scottish have sex. You fuck.
Thank you, Alan. I am happy about my liberation. I discovered though that I think it's actually an Indian work culture thing to get a coworker gifts if they're leaving, because I got a gift from my like immediate boss. She got me some scratch tickets, which was nice. But then from like my three like Indian newer coworkers, two of them got me chocolate bars, and I told the last one I was leaving because he didn't know. He's like, I have to go get you something. I was like, no, I'm literally leaving the store. You're fine. Stay at your station. So that was an interesting thing I learned on my last day.
Holton, okay, I've seen your second $2 tip. It doesn't add anything though to the question. Like, I don't know what you want me to say here. I mean, no. Sex, Scottish is a race now. It is an ethnicity, obviously. But Scots don't reproduce by sex.
As they are a byproduct of whiskey.
Byproduct
Correct.
of whiskey.
That is entirely correct. Naomi is half Greek, half Jewish. I wish.
Wait, he clearly stands out from an average Scot, thus he is not one. No, I don't think so. I think he views himself as one. He has the accent. He was born there. He was raised there. He's certainly more into the Scottish culture than like other, you know. I don't agree at all. Listen. All you ethnonats who are listening, if you just want to kick the foreigners out, okay, just say that. Don't be like, oh, well, we have reason 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like, yeah, but if those reasons all disappeared, you'd still want to kick them out, right? So then just fucking say that. No true Scotsman. Literally no true Scotsman.
You're a good Holtonator. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Holtonator. Thank you for the $5, man. Scots reproduce by putting balls into the 18 holes.
Yes!
Being born and raised in Scotland doesn't make you Scottish. One of his parents, I think, is fucking Scottish, dude.
Also, I disagree with that. I disagree with that take. If you're, let's just say,
no, it's true.
No, I will forever disagree with you about this.
Because you're wrong though.
Yeah, but I don't. You're wrong.
No.
No, we disagree. No. Yeah. If you're white, but you're like born in Japan and raised, like, let's just say you're adopted, okay, in Japan, and you're raised in Japan as a white adopted kid, you're fucking Japanese.
No.
If your parent, let's just say your parents had you in Japan, they fucking died, like fucking crash or something. You got adopted by Japanese parents, and you were like fully in the culture, except you were white because you're adopted. You're Japanese. I don't fucking care.
This is actually no true Scotsman. It's so funny. No, listen. Ethnicity is also a matter of heritage. It's not just
both.
No, ethnicity is also a matter of blood, not just a matter of what culture you were raised in.
Cool. Still Japanese though.
No.
You're just not ethnic. You're just not ethnically Japanese.
No,
well,
that's
Japanese.
That's the one.
I don't care. No. Listen, if you grew up as a Japanese, like it's like the argument of nature versus nurture. It's both. It's both.
Yeah.
It's both.
It is. But guess what? You're not ethnically Japanese.
Yeah, but you're still Japanese though. Like,
how?
Listen, if you were born in fucking Japan and raised in Japan, I would call myself Japanese.
Yeah.
I would still consider myself Japanese.
Naomi's always right, Dev's always wrong. Fuck you.
God.
Nope. Nope.
I'm right.
Listen, some groups you can join just by virtue of wanting to join them.
Mhm.
Some groups you can join by adopting their values.
Mhm.
And some groups you just cannot join. You are born into them, and that's that.
Okay. Like what? Give
Like-
me examples of groups that you can join, Devin. If they all turn out to be white, you're just racist.
Groups that you can join if you want. Well, any club.
That are ethnicities, Dev.
Oh, none.
Yeah. So if you were so same scenario, except you're born in France. So you're white and you grow up just speaking French and stuff. Are you ethnically French then?
No.
Well, but how would you be able to tell? If you couldn't tell, how would you know? Yeah.
Listen.
You're just racist.
No, just listen. What? Because I understand that ethnicities exist and you can't just join them. That's not racist.
Well, listen. Well, what's if? Okay, listen. If I was Canadian, I am me. I am born to white parents. My parents had me in France, which makes me a French citizen. Let's just say they died, and I got adopted by a French couple.
Mhm.
You can't tell that I'm not their kid, not actually biologically their kid. Can I call myself French then?
Listen. If you can't tell, that doesn't change the fact that there's still a truth value underneath your ignorance.
Yeah, but I'm still
Okay,
more right because
how about
you
this?
can't tell.
How about this? I convert to Judaism. Am I now ethnically Jewish?
Yes.
No. That's fucking retarded and you know it.
Ow. Ow. I do not have Jewish parents. Stop spreading lies on the internet.
It's about blood. You oh, hold on.
Ah, YouTube died. No, listen, I'm not disagreeing that you can be a
I'm not
specific...
checking the poll on Twitch. Actually, I can't check the poll on Twitch right now. Something's broken, so fuck off, Blonde.
I'm not specifically saying
fuck.
that you can't be ethnically one race and then nationality, part of it, like, a different nationality.
These aren't races.
You know, but I'm still right.
You need both components, not one or the other.
Yeah, I understand that, but listen.
So hold on. So to be Japanese, you need to both be. You need to have. You have to have like citizenship of Japan, the country, and you also need to be ethnically Japanese, part of the ethnic group. But then you're actually Japanese. If you're missing one of those, then you're not Japanese.
Okay. I disagree with you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's just the way it is.
But you're wrong. That's okay though.
I strongly
Loner
disagree.
box. If Loner box is a Scot parent, he's Scottish. There we go. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's the point.
Okay.
If you moved to Scotland, you wouldn't be Scottish.
Okay, fine. How about I adjust my scenario then? Well, I'll use the France one. Okay. My one parent. The reason I was born in France is because my one parent is French. But they
Okay.
both died.
Yeah, well, then you're French. Yeah.
So then I'm French.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so knowing the Japanese and how much they don't like foreigners being citizens, they would totally deport that baby. Yes, they would. Thanks for the $5.
I
Thank you.
changed my fucking scenario to France.
Yep.
Use the France one because I knew that was gonna
It's
happen.
about blood. You have to go to the Scottish Red Cross and have your blood replaced with Scottish blood.
You know what? That's fair.
Base. Naomi, I think there was a debate roughly analogous to this in the comment section of a video involving step siblings on a specific website. Nice, Naomi.
Well, listen, if it's step siblings, then technically it's not wrong.
Anyway, yeah, so Australia, Canada, US, some nations in South America, these are relatively unique places. Most places in the world do actually want you to be part of an ethnic group, as in actually, not just born there, you have to also have had ancestry from that location. Or else you're not part of the tribe.
Okay, so does that mean that you're not Canadian?
I said most places. I said the US and Australia and Canada are not on this list.
Yeah, why?
I think it's because our cultures and populations are not only very mixed, we don't really have an indigenous population anymore, and the culture that exists right now is specifically a culture that values mixing.
The indigenous is white because we killed all the indigenous people.
Then we're not indigenous.
Yeah, but we still if the country didn't exist and then you made the country, then there's no countries, and this conversation doesn't fucking matter if that's your logic. If we go way the fuck back, no countries existed.
Listen, Naomi, just because you can go way the fuck back and declare that does not mean that you can't, mark out certain groups as currently existing right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
we invaded and then made Canada. Same thing with the U.S.
yes.
We'll use the U.S. because they actually invaded.
Yes.
They invaded, made the U.S., and now the U.S. is a country that is made by British people. So it's ethnically British.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's now okay. So it's ethnically American.
No.
Yes.
No. It's neither.
they all came from Britain.
No, they
Dev.
didn't. They
Yeah,
didn't all come
well,
from Britain.
they did.
They also came from the Netherlands and they came from Germany.
Yeah, after.
No.
Were you sure?
Yes, in fact, New York began as New Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree.
You're wrong.
I don't
You're
care.
wrong
I
factually.
disagree.
Being a citizen of Japan and being Japanese is completely different. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You're never gonna change my mind. So we'll just agree.
Oh
to
no, I
disagree.
understand. You're wrong, and also you're a stubborn woman. So
It's okay. You're wrong.
Naomi's at war with reality. Yes. Yeah. Naomi's way of thinking is very Americanized. Please stay in the new world, Naomi. Disrespect intended.
That's where I plan to stay. It's all good. I plan to become a NEET and never leave the house again, so it's fine. I will not travel.
Coffee's good.
People just liked it better than you.
If Naomi wasn't stubborn, you wouldn't be together, maybe. And an idiot woman, too. Jesus.
Oh!
Despite being American, I think he's never been American. It probably has been, though, to be honest.
Nope, it's too late, Mr.
Anyway.
Brett. Too late, I understand.
If there are many loner box haters in the chat still, you need to provide more evidence of your
Why are you
claims.
bringing it back to Loner Box when
You
nobody was talking about
fucking
that?
faggots.
Shut up. God.
Womp womp.
You can't fucking tell people to stop being faggots if you won't stop being a fucking drama queen.
Wait.
Prancing around with a fucking crown on your head. Stop that
Wait.
first.
Wait, minus his Dankula stuff. What did Lonerbox say about Dankula? What's going on there? Naomi understands ethnicity. Look at her work in Rwanda.
Ah!
Yeah, what did he say about Dankula, dude? I don't know. News to me. Evidence my gut feeling, says Arch.
Yeah, woman's
Oh yeah,
intuition.
hold on. Dry bread. Dry bread, how come you were on Archcast last night anyway? Since I've seen you in the chat.
He was replacing you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Called him a white supremacist fascist. Oh, all right. Sounds about right. Yeah, that's stupid. That's dumb. I mean, Dankula has kind of like radicalized a whole bunch over the years, but the initial having your dog do the salute thing is completely fine, and it's ridiculous to go after him for that. Haven't you heard, Dev? Arch has replaced you.
Yep.
Oh, is that true, Bar? Okay.
Dry bread got a lot of hate for being Canadian, of course.
Because I'm free on Saturdays at 4 now, so I let Arch know I'm free, so he could let me know I could be on. Okay. I mean, I'll probably be back next week. I don't think I have anything else going on.
Wait, did Dankula and his missus break up? I thought they got married.
Yeah,
They get a divorce?
It's like a year ago, man.
Oh, okay. Listen, I don't pay attention to your YouTuber shenaniganeries.
Yeah, well, figure it out.
I won't. That's what you're for.
Is that Arch's real voice? Yeah, why wouldn't it be? What do you mean?
Because he doesn't sound like a lunatic.
Oh. Oh.
I thought you said you weren't tired.
You tired me out. You and your fucking nonsense.
I thought it was chat's nonsense.
Yeah.
The chat started it. I just added on, so it's not my fault.
Hold on. I meant the girl who told about Trent said that you were fear-mongering as those rightoids don't have power and aren't in the game dev scene. Just came back. What girl? What are you talking about, Verma? I seriously told them to stop with the Dev 2.0 shit, even if they were being positive with it. No, honestly, there is that like portion of Arch's audience that is just irrational Dev haters. I actually looked at the chat a little bit. I jumped around a bit, and there was one guy who was legitimately trying to say that because of the lolly gangbang scene in the Vampire RP from like 4 years ago, they're like, of course Dev was going mask off even back then about his weird leftist pedophilic tendencies. Like, you're so stupid. You're stupid and you're desperate for like fucking anything. that you can get that is anti-dev. It's like, God, these people are actually fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you just do cringe, gross jokes because it makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoy making people uncomfortable. That's why.
No, I was doing the lolly vampire thing where like the vampire's of age, obviously, because they're a fucking
She's
vampire.
500 years old.
Yep.
But she was turned as a child, so she's a lolly vampire.
Mhm.
Fucking literally every anime hentai trope ever.
The funny thing is, Drybread, is like you and I hold very similar politics, so eventually you'll have to become the commie.
Yep.
Dev syndrome is real? Yeah, it is. The biggest cope for Arch's Dev haters is that nothing they ever do will make Dev seem worse than what Dev does to himself every day.
Correct.
Based.
I find that those who reject lolicon the loudest have their skeletons hidden the deepest. Like, about lolicon, because I'm a pretty big, like, I don't want that, but I don't have any skeletons about it in my closet.
Naomi doesn't like flat-chested women, turns out.
No, I do! I like all women as long as they're not children.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes them girls, not women. You shit.
Oh. She had a problem understanding things as you went from drama to politics or philosophy. No offense to her, she seems like a nice person, but I had a feeling that she was not going to understand the jump to philosophy. Which is fine.
Shade.
It's not for everyone.
Shade.
Collectivism is tyrannical and doesn't work. Here's the issue, is that you need, like, every society obviously needs some level of collectivism, right? Like, the collective votes on laws, passes laws, and then the cops come in and enforce the law on you when you break it. That's collectivist, but it's still necessary.
But Naomi, they're adults. Listen, I just think it's weird for an adult person to be attracted to a prepubescent body. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I think it's weird. Like, I understand
Bullying
they're
commies
adults
are
and they're
right.
like their life's gonna suck because they don't look like adults.
Yep.
Sucks for them. I think it's weird to be attracted to prepubescent bodies. That's it.
Yep, fair
Also,
enough.
why do you hate children, Naomi? Because all children are sociopaths until they learn not to be, or they don't learn how not to be. And
So-
also, they're loud and stinky.
So the obvious conversation then is you meet a girl who's like thin and petite and has no tits and she's like 4'11", but she's also of age.
As long as she looks like a fucking woman, then it's fine.
Just a tiny woman.
Yeah, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
she can look tiny. Like, God, you see those freaking like photos or memes or whatever of like the giant dude and like the 6'5" giant dude and like the tiny just 5 foot woman.
Yeah.
And they were like together in a
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
It's like, how does this dick fit in there? But she actually looks like a woman and not a child. She's just short. That's all I want.
Yep.
She
Okay.
just has to look like an adult and it's
Sorry,
fine.
she's minor coded.
No.
You have closet skeletons, Naomi. I put them there.
Shit.
Thanks to $2. Then $1 from Blonde. Dank has gone full ANCAP for sure, even though I think it's ridiculous. But as his friend, I know he's not a groper, white supremacist, Nazi, uses their libertarian wink wink. Yeah, fair enough. Naomi, you are a lolly.
I'm
No.
not sure if my boobs would agree with you.
Naomi's
But okay.
Naomi's tits are too fat for her to be a lolly.
So Chad is a child, loud and stupid, also correct. Naomi is minor coded. Fuck you.
Naomi's got them honkers. Honkers. Naomi's also 3'6".
Yes, definitely. 100%.
Okay. Oh fuck. Should we talk about some articles? I think it's time.
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, cause guys, the plan is we're gonna
Can you
Talk
not
about-
talk while you're yawning?
No.
please? Fuck you.
we're gonna talk about articles. Okay. Wait, hold on. My GF is 5'0" and her under 100 pounds. I'm 5'11", 250 pounds. It's so hot. OMG, Lolly is great.
What the fuck?
You just lift her up. You just like lift her up with one hand and just impale her on your dick.
Jesus.
Yeah, having a good time there.
Is
Okay.
this the Meet Newbie stream? No. Oh,
No,
Meet
no.
Newbie? I thought that said.
Neat Noomy.
I thought that said. Yes, it is. I am living my lifelong dream of being a neat now, never going outside again. Based.
So yeah, basically the plan is we're going to read some articles and probably play some Final Fantasy afterwards. That's the plan, Stan. How are you gonna play Final Sloppity after this? You're basically already asleep. Why
Yeah,
not?
Dev. It'll just
Oh
make me
yes.
fall asleep.
Let's talk about
Ow.
videos. Let's talk about videos.
Ow.
You know what? You deserve it.
No, I don't.
Yep.
Not this time.
Yep.
No.
Yep. I'm gonna do a Canada series because Canada is currently declining massively into a fucking open air grave. So,
Like the Indian children.
which didn't actually exist.
Uh-huh.
So I'm probably gonna work on some Canada stuff and also probably a few shorter American videos before finally getting to the big uns. I still have big uns. Big uns coming. And yes, the dev response videos to all the gay shit will happen. Let me just have a bit more coffee here.
Just chug it. Chug, 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 chug. That's not chugging. Yes. It's probably cold by now because you take 5 hours to drink a single cup. Can you not? Stop. 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 Stop it. Stop. I fucking said stop.
Ow.
Fuck off.
You
dead.
You just hit me like 30 times.
Yeah, because you wouldn't fucking stop
Yeah,
your
well,
gross
fuck
ass
you,
noises.
fuck you,
Fuck you.
fuck you,
Fuck you.
fuck you.
God, fuck
You know what?
you. Ow.
Deserve. Domestic abuse. Based beatings. Hit him harder. Fuck you. Oh. Hit him again. Fuck off. Retard.
Yes,
2K.
correct.
There are people who say like, I know that Deb is a wife beater and abuser, and he like, abuses Naomi all the time, and she hates being with him. It's like,
Correct.
just so
All
this.
of that's true.
Fuck off.
this.
You know what? You already know. You already fucking no, not this time. You said you get beatings. You know it's getting clipped. Fuck you. You always make things worse for me.
Listen. You shouldn't leave yourself so open for me to do so.
Yeah, fuck it off.
I love you. Whole
Yeah.
bunch.
I don't fucking believe it.
I love you.
Okay. So let's articles, then Final Fantasy, then I'll probably go after the streams, and I'll probably go work on the next video tonight. Yeah. And the next Ace video, Dev beats Naomi. God. And you fucking play into it. You deserve to be beat. I don't friend at $5. There's no difference between short stack goblins and lolly besides their boobs. Also goblins are green.
Well, no, short stack goblins are like women. Wait.
Well, they're green. They're green.
The color doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Don't be a racist.
No, it doesn't. I'm colorblind, Dev.
We already have some other problems. Can't fucking see shit. Okay, let's get started.
Oh, I saw this, and I was like, what?
Let's see. Oof, oof.
Yeah, also, some goblins are orange. Don't be racist, Dev.
Missing U.S. Congresswoman, 81 years old, found in an assisted living facility with dementia issues. Wow.
Yep.
This person got elected, and they went missing, and was found just in a fucking like house.
KK, I can say this before we read it in the article. You know how long she was missing for? 6 months.
Wow.
6 months.
That's wild.
And she was still getting paid.
Yep.
For her job,
Yep.
which she was not at.
Let's see. The U.S. Congress passed spending legislation in a down-to-the-wire burst of activity that averted a destabilizing government shutdown on December 21st. But amid the frenetic negotiations and debate which engulfed Washington in recent weeks, speculation about the whereabouts of a Republican politician from Texas began to mount. According to a review of her voting record, she last voted on the House of Representatives floor on July 24th. Concern about her whereabouts had been growing among her constituents in Tarrant and Parker counties in Texas. Miss Granger, who represents Texas Congressional District 12, was later found by reporters to be living in a senior care facility. Wow.
Yep.
So, According to a December 20th report in the Dallas Express, reporters had attempted to reach her without success. The report said phone calls to her office went to voicemail and a visit to her office found it to be locked and unoccupied. And then Texas Publication later received a tip alleging that she had been living in the memory care wing of a senior living facility. Wow.
Yep.
Yep. Employees of the facility confirmed that she had been living in the facility but did not allow reporters to ask Miss Granger, who was the first female Republican to represent Texas in the House of Representatives, if she planned to vote on the spending debate. The news appeared to trouble members of her own Republican Party. Thanks to the fiver, Antelope, Australia lost their prime minister to the sea, just like he disappeared at the beach and no one cared.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yep.
He was swimming and he just vanished. It's like, oh well, I guess he's gone.
They just didn't have a prime minister for a little bit.
Yep.
And people were just like, yeah, okay, cool.
Let's see. Tarrant County Republican Chairman Beau French told the Dallas Express, at a time when extraordinarily important votes are happening, including debt ceiling, disaster relief, farm bills, and border issues, Kay Granger is nowhere to be found. The margin in Congress is razor thin. The lack of a Republican vote representing CD 12 disenfranchises 2 million people. We deserve better. Well, there we go.
Bit chat for Blonde. Thanks. Dev, I'm gonna
Okay, it's too fucking long. Okay, you know what? No. Shut up. I'm done, Blonde, with your, you pay $1 over on Twitch and you post more than a $50 can fucking post on YouTube. I'm done reading them. And if you want to say, I'm going to go give my money to somebody else, then go fucking do it.
But Dev.
I'm done.
Dev.
I'm muting. I'm just going to ban Blonde.
Don't ban Blonde. I'll be mad at you.
Don't care. Too long for $1. Okay.
You're right though, Blonde.
Dozens of comments were left on the post, with many calling for resignation and questioning why she had not represented her constituents since July. She'd been in a care home for less than the last 6 months. What are you going to tell us about that? Anyone who has played a part in hiding her and covering up the fact that she was missing or knew that she was in an assisted living facility for dementia needs to be held accountable. Yeah, fair enough, right?
Yeah,
This is kind of
that's
ridiculous.
fucked up.
Yeah. $5 from Titanium. Since Nooms is needing, when do the Stardew Valley expanded multiplayer streams start?
Ooh,
Oh!
That's a good idea. See, we now have time for all those long-ass game streams that we didn't have time for before because I was working.
That's true.
That's true.
Naomi can finally actually do these things and not be like, I'm too tired. I'm just going to be grumpy if we do the stream today. Oh.
I'll just buy more alcohol so I'm not so grumpy because I have to be beside you for 5 hours.
You're banned. That's another reason. Slaps. Slaps. Slaps.
Sloops.
Okay. FBI agent says that he hassles people every day, all day long over Facebook posts. It's just an effort to keep everyone safe and make sure no one has any ill will.
What? What is that? What?
Yep. The FBI spends every day, all day long, interrogating people over their Facebook posts. At least that's what agents told Stillwater, Oklahoma resident Rolla whatever. That's some fucking name I can't fucking pronounce. When they showed up at her house to ask her about her social media activity. 3 FBI agents came to her house and said that they had been given screenshots of her posts on Facebook. Her lawyer posted a video of the incident online on Wednesday. Oh. Let's see what this video is. Hold on.
The sound would probably be helpful for that.
Yes. Yes, it would. Just give me a minute while I set it up.
Why did you set it up before?
Because I didn't fucking know we were doing this. Fuck you.
Why wouldn't you just pre-set it up just in case?
Why don't you just shut up?
Because I fucking need to keep you in line, apparently.
No,
About your nonsense.
God, shut your fucking hole already.
Thank you for the $5. Naomi should do gaming streams and Dev should be on screen pretending to work on the Trekker video.
Based. Okay, let's go.
Just see Twitter constantly scrolling by.
Can we just move in front of the house so the dogs don't go crazy?
What's going on here?
That's the FBI.
I need you to identify yourself and let me take imagery of your IDs. So you said you were with the FBI? And why won't you show me your credentials? I didn't take a look at them. I said, 1 second, I'll be right back. Are you going to show me your credentials or no?
Yeah, we did already. And we identified ourselves. So what we'd like
did
to do...
I didn't look at your credentials. Again, I didn't verify them. I told you to
You, know,
wait.
you don't have to talk
I
to me.
went
You just be like, I'm
inside.
going inside. Go away.
What we'd like to do is just have a conversation with you about some social media be willing to talk to us today about that?
No, I would not. I would like you to later talk on with my lawyer.
Okay.
Do you have
Do you
identification
have a card or something
cards?
for your attorney that we can reach
No.
out to?
No. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right.
Do you mind just having your attorney contact the FBI office in Oklahoma City?
What's the number? What are the names of the agents?
I'll Google it for you.
At from Belong $2. Fuck you.
Well,
$2.
You're refusing to identify
Tell me found the
yourself.
EDL. After from BMP then left. Okay,
Again,
thank you.
I did not
Appreciate
take a
it.
look.
Okay, so the phone number for the FBI in Oklahoma City is 405-290-7770.
Okay.
If you can just call and give them a name, then we'll be able to get you in contact with us and we'll be happy to speak.
And tell him that Facebook flagged me for posts.
$5. Can't even hear the body weight in her voice. Oh my god.
Okay. So we no longer live in a free country and we can't say what we want?
No, we totally do. That's why we're not here to arrest you or anything like that. We just
Well,
wanna
you can't
discuss-
arrest me for freedom of speech. We live in America.
Right.
Exactly. So it's kind of
yeah,
weird.
so, yeah,
that
why are
wanna
you here
come
then,
talk to
guys?
me about me exercising my freedom of speech.
We do this every day, all day long, talk to people.
Okay.
Really, it's just an effort to keep everybody safe, make sure that nobody has any ill will or bad intent or anything like that.
Okay.
We've got no reason to believe necessarily that that's you, and that's why we just wanted to have a conversation.
So do you have a conversation with everybody on the neighborhood?
Do you have information that anybody else in the neighborhood is?
I mean, all I've done is exercise my right as an American citizen
I'm
on a
already
public
tired of
social
this
media
Yeah.
platform with my personal opinions. Correct? Okay.
So I have like
Most
another
of the
minute to go.
individuals,
Yeah, I get the point. They're here to like, yeah. So, told them she didn't want to talk and asked them to show their badges on camera, which they refused to do. Showed it on Facebook. They were going to local police. The FBI agents really were FBI agents. Facebook gave us a couple screenshots of your account. So we no longer live in a free country. Yeah, okay, yep. She doesn't. So he doesn't.
To be fair, to play devil's advocate for the FBI, yeah, we live in a free country, which is why they didn't just fucking arrest her for whatever Facebook was flagging her for.
Yeah, that's true.
Just to play devil's advocate, but this is still like weird and fucked up.
Yeah. We're not here to arrest you or anything. We do this every day, all day long, just an effort to keep everyone safe and make sure no one has any ill will. It's so dumb.
Yep.
They're going to go to your fucking house because of something you post on the fucking internet. And you can say, hey, listen, you got a warrant? No, go away. Close the door. You can do that.
Yep.
But still. $5. TRG Scorpion. I didn't think that the thought police would come way out here.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep. She's made multiple angry posts per day about Gaza, referring to Israel as Israel. But none of the posts on her feed called for violence. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like they shouldn't go and talk to people who are just, saying bad thoughts. They should probably just be like, hey, you said that you wanted to like bomb the school.
Yep.
Maybe you shouldn't do that. We're here doing a wellness check to make sure you don't actually bomb a school. How you doing?
She posted, don't fall for their games. Our community is being watched and they're just waiting for any reason to round us up. If you're Muslim and or pro-Palestinian, consider all your media accounts, Google searches, mail, messenger, local mosques, and political events monitored. Okay, true enough, but they did come to your house and they didn't round you up, so...
Not yet, anyway. Just give them time. Give them time.
But FBI have an almost zero trust of, especially after the Whitmer case. Yeah, I looked into the Whitmer case, dude. The Whitmer case was a case of people who legitimately wanted to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. But then they got, the FBI got a few people in that group to flip and give them information. And just to make it clear, I know that it's not going to make much difference to some of you, but just to be clear, FBI informants and FBI agents are not the same thing. An informant is a random guy who just gives the feds information. An agent is someone who's actually embedded themselves in the group. Oh, and by the way, FBI informants are fucking based. Yes, you should rat out all the terrorist groups you're part of. Were most of the people feds? No, Clay Castle. No, they were not. Again, see, this is what I mean. People conflate FBI informants with FBI agents, and then they say, oh, because a group had a few informants in it, the entire group was FBI agents doing a false flag. No. 9 of the 10. No, I absolutely do. I 100% know what I'm talking about. I looked into this a few weeks ago. The right-wing narrative on the Witcher kidnap on the Whitmer kidnapping was completely fucking wrong. Completely fucking bullshit. Completely wrong. Like, you guys are insane on this one.
Thanks for the $2.
9 out of the 12 people in the group were informants. Oh my god, you don't even have the numbers right.
Thanks for the $2, Truss. Thanks for the $2, Blonde. You fat, greedy fuck. Christ, if this is how you treat your fans, I can't imagine the kind of shit Naomi goes through every day.
Shut up.
Sorry, Naomi.
Shut up.
Everything in Dev is always wrong. See, that's why you can't ban Blonde. Because Blonde's always right. Just like me.
9 out of 11 of them. Deb, they tried to bribe them with proceeds against. Okay. Hey, listen. Avalon. Did they or did they not have a plan to kidnap the governor of Michigan? Yes, no. Did that plan exist before the feds even learned of it or got involved? Yes, no. Even after some of the people in the group informed the feds, did that plan still go ahead? Yes, no. Are they now not in? Yes. The answer to those is yes. Dude, you're throwing the FBI to the whole thing. You're so stupid. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Fuck you.
No.
Shut up.
What are you doing?
Shut your fucking mouth. Oh my fucking god. You guys fucking like live on the internet. Oh my god. 3 were convicted of felony counts of gang membership. Oh my god. Pleaded guilty, material support. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. The defense claimed the entire plot was fabricated by the FBI, but that was never substantiated in fucking court. Legal proceedings. Let's see.
What you say? What you on about that? But of course you didn't. What you say? Boo doo 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 boo boo boo.
Jesus Christ.
Devs now in research mode.
It's not even that fucking hard.
The chat will be on pause until Dev is done.
Oh, the jury convicted these 2 people in the Whitmer kidnapping plot. Oh. A federal jury convicted 2 men charged with plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer out of anger over her handling of the pandemic. Let's see. Deliberated for 8 hours over 2 days. They gave guilty verdicts. Convicted on all charges. Let's see. Let's see what their reasoning was. Fake news. Yeah, 3 were found not guilty. 2 were. What does that mean, Avalon? Deb, I object. This is devastating to my case. The historic case ends with 4 men going to prison, 2 going free. 2 years after the FBI arrested all 6 on federal charges, they plotted to kidnap the governor. Okay, yeah. Based. Lock him up. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Lock him up. Get rid of him. I did find a list of like which one of them were informants, which one weren't. Where was the informant list? Dev, stop being a victim of disinformation. I get the bad takes. Where's the bad fucking take? Okay, you guys. This is honestly why chat fucking gets under my skin so much, because you say the most blatantly, obviously false shit. All right, and it takes like 15 minutes to disprove it, and by then you've already said a dozen other false fucking things. Because it's easier to just say nonsense than actually back up anything you fucking say. God. I stepped away for a minute, and Dev is still spurging.
Yep. Yeah, you're good. Dev spurs generally last for about 10 to 30 minutes, so you're
Let's
fine.
see. Caleb Frank spent $4,000 on equipment. A helmet, night vision goggles. He bought a rifle with suppressor to one of the training exercises. He had battled a heroin addiction, but he's sober since 2013. Cocaine possession. He had a home invasion charge, 2013. He was motivated by a desire to die because much of his family had died already. He didn't want to live anymore and secretly hoped to be killed by police in a shootout. He pleaded guilty to kidnapping conspiracy. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Wow.
I wonder if it's easier to die in prison. Thanks
I
for
don't
the $5, Adam. Dev, read that.
Adam Mine, $5. Informant's base does not equal entrapment base. Somehow the right got convinced the FBI only ever does entrapment. Every single event is not Ruby Ridge. Yeah, it's so stupid, man. So dumb. I love how, the right wing is very like law and order, respect our police officers. We can't be these anarchists who are rioting in the cities. The cops should be putting down Antifa. But then when it comes to shit like this, they're like, don't trust the cops. The government's evil. It's like, okay, you're just fucking losers. Wait, Dev, my contention is that you didn't mention the 3 people found not guilty. Okay. The ones that were found not guilty were probably not guilty. The ones that were found guilty were probably guilty. Why did they only convict 2? Because for those ones that they had the most evidence on. Like, what? You offer a pay-to-spurg service.
Correct.
Based.
Correct.
Listen, as long as you can get me money, based. The FBI is not the police. The FBI is literally the federal level police. You can't be fucking serious. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. FBI. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is the Domestic Intelligence and Security Service of the United States, and it's its principal federal law enforcement agency. The American law system, famously flawless, never missing. Okay, it might miss. Show me proof that it did this time. Because usually when the cops fuck up, something comes out, or there's like proof of something, or like, show me. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, blonde. The FBI is not the federal level police. They are a law enforcement agency. What do you think the law enforcement agency is? What do you think a law enforcement agency is? What do you think the...
Caspian knows what's going on. Thank you for the $1.99.
Dev, local cops good, Fed cops bad. Fed still bag of... Yeah, I know Waco, Ruby Ridge, I got it. Yeah. I recall looking into Waco, and it was one of those things where, what the fuck was Waco again? That was the cult camp compound, right?
Waco? You mean like Waco Mundo from Bleach?
The
World of the Hollows?
No, shut up. The Waco Massacre was a siege by the U.S. federal government and the Texas state law enforcement of a compound belonging to the religious cult known as the Branch Davidians. Yeah. And what was the charges?
Are you sure it's pronounced Davidians and not like Davidans?
I don't know. They would launch a tear gas attack in an attempt to force the Branch Davidians out of the compound's buildings. Shortly thereafter, the center became engulfed in flames. It resulted in the deaths of 76, including 20 to 28 children. Okay. Yeah, what was the initial charges here? Well, I want to see. Yeah, they have their cult. Blah blah blah. Let's see. U.S. Marshals, I believe, are the federal level police. Okay, fair enough. But I mean, FBI is still part of it. The charges was I want to look good for a photo op, so I'm going to rush this down instead of being patient. Okay, so blonde. If I look at what the charges actually were, and it's not that snarky comment you just posted, I want you to immediately say, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Let's see then. Let's see. Okay, so the Waco Tribune Herald began publishing The Sinful Messiah, a series of articles reported allegations that Koresh, the cult leader, had physically abused children in the compound. He had committed statutory rape by taking multiple underage brides.
Listen, guys,
He-
Dev can't read.
He
Your names
advocated
defined
for
over and
polygamy for himself and declared himself married to several female residents of the small community. He was entitled to at least, he claimed he was entitled for at least 100, yeah, sorry, it was Avalon, not Blonde who said that, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't read. It's okay.
Yeah.
You gotta get your
That was
glasses.
the flippant. No. Listen, I know it was a flippant remark, and you know what? It's going to be a flippant remark that you fucking apologize for. Now shut up. All right. He was entitled to 140 wives. He was entitled to claim any of the women in the group as his. He had fathered at least a dozen children, and some of the mothers became brides as young as 12 or 13 years old.
Gross.
Okay. In addition to the sexual abuse and misconduct, Koresh and his followers were suspected of stockpiling illegal weapons. Chief Deputy Daniel Weinberg of the McLean County Sheriff's Department called up the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to notify that his office has been contacted by a local UPS representative concerned about report by a local driver. A package had broken open on delivery to the compound, revealing at least a half dozen grenades. The compound has been receiving packages from an arms dealer for months. So the ATF opens a formal investigation, classified as sensitive. Okay, Let's see here. They obtained a search warrant that eventually led to the Waco siege. Okay, let's see. The postal worker continued deliveries to their center, reported seeing occupied observation posts. He believed there were armed personnel at these posts. Okay. Okay, so he had bought weapons from sellers already under investigation by the ATF. Okay, they convert AR-15 semi-automatic rifles to fully automatic. Okay. Yep, the ATF obtained search and arrest warrants. Okay. I'm just reading it. Okay, finally get to the actual part here. All right. The ATF attempted to execute their search warrant on Sunday morning. The local sheriff said he was not apprised of the raid. Oh. Despite being informed that the Branch Davidians knew a raid was coming, the ATF commander ordered it go ahead. Any advantage of surprise was lost when a local reporter who had been tipped off about the raid asked for directions from a U.S. Postal Service mail carrier who was coincidentally Koresh's brother-in-law. Oops.
The universe coming together.
Koresh then told undercover ATF agent they knew a raid was imminent. The agent made an excuse, left the compound. What they had been doing, they were praying. Okay. So survivors of the raid said that Koresh ordered selected male followers to begin arming and taking up defensive positions, while the women and children were told to take cover in their rooms.
What in the fuck is that emote?
Which one?
The 8 jugs? What is that? It's just...
8 boobs and milking.
Why?
Okay. ATF agents claimed they heard shots coming from within the compound. Branch Davidian survivors claimed the first shots came from the ATF agents outside. There may have been an accidental discharge of a weapon. Let's see. 3 helicopters were used, and they all the helicopters used by the National Guard took incoming fire. Okay, listen. The more that I read this, the more I'm like, am I supposed to feel sorry for the Waco people?
I don't feel sorry for cult members. That's just the standard rule of my life. Unless they're ex-cult members, and then I feel sorry for them.
I mean, they... Is Dev going to claim Waco as based and institutionalized? Listen, do you want me to say that it's completely cool that the guy who was running this place was like fucking 13-year-olds? Like, what do you want me to say here? Ace just got a new video. Yeah, well, Ace is a fucking retard. I mean, yeah, obviously here, yeah, of course, be sorry for the children. Yeah, sure. Obviously be sorry for the children that died, not their fault, right? But like, let's not pretend that these people were just like, living on their own, doing their own thing, everything's fine, and it's the big bad feds came and fucked up their day. No, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Well, could they have...
Garcia, thanks for the $5 club. Wendigoon has a 6-hour YouTube video about Waco that's very well researched. The federal government lied and had to change their story a lot after being proven wrong. Okay, maybe. I don't know enough about it. Like I'm really looking into it right now. So like I don't know. But the point is that like I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my god, this is the most evil thing the federal government's done.
Jesus Christ! Can you let me talk for like 3 fucking seconds?
Go ahead, do it.
I suppose the actual question is here now, nothing else, is that because we don't know anything about it, is that could the ATF have not fucked up enough to have not harmed any children in this?
I'm not sure.
Looking like it's a fucked up raid.
I don't know.
Because, like, that they can be blamed for. But I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
That seems to be the major thing here.
Yeah. But no, the more that I read it, the more I'm just like, wait, the more you read them, the less you know. Okay, what do I have wrong? Go ahead. What do I have wrong? Are the R gangs in the UK going to gain sympathy from the right anarchists if the UK police try to storm in and the whole place burns down Waco style? Yeah. That's pretty much true, yeah. Imagine the right wing being like, oh, those poor Muslim grooming gangs. I can't believe they got fucking demolished by the police in the UK who rolled in and like stormed their grooming compounds. No, they're going to be like based. So, nah, it's so stupid. They could have arrested Koresh whenever they wanted. You say that, but like, did he ever leave? You instantly believe the feds, and the argument is that the feds were lying and bungled something and have every reason to continue lying. You don't do any further research, but the federal... I'm doing it right now! You fucking idiot. Like, I'm literally doing it on the fly. I haven't seen your side of it yet. Show it to me. They had Koresh 2 weeks alone. They could have arrested him. Okay, why didn't they? The place was torched with everyone inside. From what I have heard, is like they launched smoke bombs into the building, but something caught fire and it was accidental. Oh. Dev, you need to know the entire story from the first thing that you read.
That's like me when I'm trying to learn something new. I should just know it, and I don't want to do it if I'm not already good at it.
You admit to ignorance and then yell at people for pointing out to you. No. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is that I'll research something and people go, no, that's wrong, Dev. Why don't you know about it? And it's like, calm the fuck down, man. They wanted the photo op of the raid against the cult. That is a statement you have to prove. You must prove that statement now. Let's see here. What's Blonde's nonsense about? Okay. This reminds me of the case of the cannibal cop who basically was talking in chat rooms about how he liked to kidnap, kill, and eat women, but it was all just a fantasy. He initially got convicted of plotting it, but then the conviction got overturned because the fantasy isn't illegal. I wonder where the line is drawn, unlike fantasizing about kidnapping a politician. Well, they actually tried to do it though, Blonde. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's for that, if you take steps to pull off a kidnapping, then you are planning with intent to kidnap. But if you're just sitting around fantasizing about wanting to eat woman, then you are not intending to actually eat the woman. Unless you start taking steps like buying like fucking cages and like a giant fridge that's big enough to hold the body. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're buying equipment, then you're probably going to do it, so you have more probable cause to arrest you because you have intent to do something illegal.
That's not how it's going down, number sign. I've told you being this thin-skinned is not doing favors for you. Oh my god, okay, this isn't thin-skinned. This is realizing that so many people who are normally reasonable are actually fucking fully retarded when it comes to the one thing that they have, like, a bugbear about.
A bugbear?
Yes.
What?
What's the second one? Where is it? Here we go. A law enforcement agency is not the same as the police force. I'm pretty sure the federal police is unconstitutional. That's why they don't always have jurisdiction wherever they want. So they're not federal cops. They can't just come in and say, we're in charge now. The FBI literally says themselves they're not a police force. Okay, yeah, but... Oh my god. Okay, so there's policing, which is when you have, like, beat cops who go around and they just kind of keep an eye on things and make sure everything's chill. You know, those are like the cops you see driving around in cruisers, right? They just kind of like, they're just hanging around. If they come across something that's weird, they'll jump in, but they're just like keeping an eye out. Then you have like detectives who actually have cases, who actually go around and like investigate things, right? They're both part of the police force colloquially, but one of them is like people who enforce the law, and then one of them, like, you know what I mean?
No. Not
Wait,
at all.
this is shocking that you won't back down. Just agree with me. I don't know who you refer to that. That could be either of us, really. Wonderful galaxy. Research on the fly is a bad idea. Move on, please. Actually, what's funny is that like Titanium said I should just do like full research streams.
Well, yeah, no, like planned research streams, not like
Wait.
not the weekly sip has gone off the fucking rails for an hour and a half again.
Waco is very botched and done wrong by the ATF. I highly recommend Wendigoon's video. Okay, guess what? You know what? I've now researched enough to have a full opinion on Waco. FBI based. Fuck all them kids. Burn them to the ground.
It's not a good look for you in 2025.
I'm
Dev.
clearly joking, you fucking retard. And of course, you have like one idiot who's like, "Why does Dev worship the government? You're so fucking stupid.
Of course he does.
Fuck off."
Listen, if you jack off to women in police and police outfits, you worship the government. That's just I didn't make the rule. That's just the way it is.
Burn them, burn them, burn them, burn them. Listen, if you're the child of a cult leader, burn them, burn.
Burn, baby, burn. Colton Infernos, burn, baby, burn.
Also, hold on.
burn,
Wasn't
burn.
like Ruby Ridge also just as dumb in the end?
I don't know. I don't know anything about these because I don't care.
These okay here. Like, if you want like a libertarian to say what is your big PTSD moment, it's these two fucking things. Which super chat, dude? I didn't mean to skip it. Let's see.
You skipped a lot.
Save the hot takes for post research. Yeah, but here's the thing. You know what's been funny? In the past few years, like 90% of my hot takes have been correct after everything shakes out.
Mhm.
Like, my take about Pick Me ended up being correct.
Mhm.
People still fucking hate it, but it was true.
That's because you were mean in how you said it.
People were okay.
And also you called
Arch-
her weak, which was also mean.
Arch messaged me. Last night,
Mhm.
and he was like, "I think you were right about Elon Musk." Like, no fucking shit, I was.
Listen, I was right about Elon Musk before you fucking were. I was like, Elon's a bad dude. And you were just like, nah, he's just like an idiot. I'm like, no, he's a bad dude. And I was fucking right. Because I am more right than you are. From anecdotal evidence.
Yeah, but still, nonetheless, like, I was like, listen, Elon is just going to be the same fucking bullshit. Everyone's like, oh man, we hate the deep state. The billionaires controlling everything. George Soros. Also, Elon Musk is based. You're so
know.
like the rightoids are so fucking stupid. They're so dumb.
Yep.
Guys, listen. Elon posted yesterday he's going to start heavily moderating Twitter to make sure that positive content is promoted.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you fucking idiots. You guys are so dumb. Fell for it again, award. Dev can be as right as possible and still get hate because Dev sucks at optics. Yeah, a lot of people they irrationally hate me for sure. Arch
It's
says
because you suck at optics.
Arch says the same things that I do, and they're like, yes. But like it's like Dev's like,
Because Arch doesn't
Dev's
suck at
calling me.
optics.
No, it's because
Yeah.
people are stupid.
Because you suck at optics. Listen,
People are stupid.
if you leave a bad first impression in people's mouths, then they tend not to like you, and that's just the way of the world.
Yeah, well,
You
people are
get
stupid.
good. Get good, scrub.
I have no respect for people who think that way. Stupid. Idiots.
And this is why I'm always right.
Nope.
Also, you're doing too much research, and we're not talking about articles, so I'm gonna go eat yogurt.
Oh, you're getting yogurt? Okay. Okay. No, just give me a second, okay?
Oh, yogurt.
Yeah, that's fine. Just come back after you have your yogurt.
I'll come back and eat the yogurt. ASMR stream.
The Ruby Ridge standoff was a siege of a cabin occupied by the Weaver family in Boundary County, Ohio. Okay. They came to arrest him under a bench warrant for his failure to appear in court. Okay. What is it? You did buy me that. Yes. Like 2 weeks ago. No. You bought it for me. Fuck you. $2 if it does well. I'm also worried about everything. What are the odds? $5 from Antelope. The whole gut feeling thing is a bad idea. Do not be the immediate concluder. Be the wait for the facts, truth, or based. Based. Okay, let's see here. I want to see this.
Oh, it's cold.
It's not even that cold, dude.
Cold.
6 marshals were sent to scout the area to try to arrest him. You back?
Yes.
They wanted him to surrender peacefully, but he refused to leave his cabin. God, on some level, I'm just like, okay. People like break laws and then don't like, and it's not even like they have a moral reason. They're just like shitheads, and then they like don't go to court and they get arrested. And it's like, oh, what a tragedy. The only tragedy is that they fucking like these people exist in human shells but aren't actually human because they're too fucking stupid to actually be considered goddamn intelligent. The guy wasn't informed on the correct date. Let's see. On February 5th, the trial date was changed from February 9th to 20th. The court clerk sent the parties a letter informing them of date change. The notice not sent directly to Weaver, only to Hoffmeister. Okay. On February 7th, Richens sent Weaver a letter indicating that he had the case file and he had to talk to Weaver. The letter erroneously stated that Weaver's trial date was March 20th. Oh, okay. Let's see. On February 8th, Hoffmeister again attempted to contact Weaver by letter, informing him that the trial was to begin on the February 20th, that Weaver needed to contact him immediately. Okay, let's see here. Hoffmeister told the judge he had been unable to reach Weaver before the scheduled court date.
Oh. I'm entirely distracted because I just noticed whatever website you have pulled up says subscribe now, 10 cents for 1 month. That's pretty good.
For the Detroit Free Press?
Yeah. Anything less than 50
hold on.
cents.
Weaver did not give him a telephone... So hold on. Weaver didn't give him a telephone number. So Hoffmeister sent Weaver letters on the January 19th, January 31st, February 5th. Okay. So you do have the instance where one of the many letters sent to this guy said his court date was on March 20th instead of February 20th. Fair enough. This is a guy who seems to be actively avoiding not only the police who are summoning him to fucking court, but his own goddamn lawyer. Like,
listen, Dev,
stupidity.
You can't
Fucking
judge
stupidity.
people for not having telephones because technology is evil, and it rots your brain.
Stupidity.
But also, you have to prove that, Dev.
I can't believe this is the guy who's shaped most of my beliefs and most influenced my politics. God help me, please make more political philosophy videos. What do you mean, Antelope?
Dev.
I'm right on this.
Yeah, but
The
Dev,
more that I read, the more I'm like, this guy's just an idiot.
yeah, but Dev, you have to prove that.
That he's an idiot?
Mm-hmm. You have to prove that with data evidence.
Okay. Here's the idiot. Here's the evidence. Weaver did not give his defense lawyer a telephone number to contact him with.
What if he didn't have one?
The Weavers lived off the grid, Dev. Well, sucks to be you then.
Yeah, but
Then you know what?
well, listen,
No.
He's not stupid, though, if he didn't have a telephone number to give him if he doesn't have a
Listen.
telephone.
Hold on. If you live off the grid,
Mhm.
and then you suffer from the negative outcomes of living off the grid,
Mhm.
then yeah, that's on you. Because here's the thing. When you live off the grid and you enjoy the positive outcomes of living off the grid, well, that's also on you too. You don't get to shirk away all the negative outcomes of what you've done and only enjoy the positive ones. No. If society needs to get a hold of you because you've done something wrong and you're going to court and you're like, well, I'm off the grid, I don't know, then fuck you.
What about people's free choice to live off the grid? It doesn't make them stupid, though.
It's free choice to live off the grid. You know what?
Yeah.
That comes with the responsibility of accepting all negative outcomes of living off the grid, including the fact that if you miss your court date, you get fucked. Dev, didn't you know that one mistake by the government totally nullifies you from all their attempts at correcting it? That's in the Constitution. Little do they know that Dev has a time machine powered by bad faith. He goes back in time and changing facts and suppressing time truth through the Mandela effect. Based.
Okay, well, wait. Did he live off the grid, or was he part of society and just lived rurally? To have a farm. Does it say?
I don't know.
Because that does change whether or not he's an idiot. Because if he would literally just live, like, super rural, like, when was this?
1992.
Yeah, so if he lived super rural, there might not have been, like, any phones out there. Because, like, when I was young but old enough to have a cell phone, so I was, like, double digits, there was no cell phone service out by my grandparents' place. But now there is, and they live pretty rural.
Hold on. It is acceptable to murder a young man and his mother because, government. No, here's what it is, right? You're summoned to court. You don't show up. All right? Then the cops come and get you. You start fighting the cops. And then you die in the fucking in the ensuing conflict. Yeah, it's your fucking fault. Of course, it's your fucking fault. Jesus. The Blonde, I just went through that. I just fucking went through that, Blonde. I just went through that. One of the many letters they sent had the wrong court date. And then afterwards, they immediately started sending him more letters with the correct court date, and he just didn't fucking reply.
I mean, you can't listen and shit. Get good, Blonde. Yo, wait, why did his mom die?
The feds didn't announce themselves. Yeah, listen, when they're coming to arrest you, they don't got to, like, announce. Be like, we're here to arrest, like...
Well, don't they have to announce that they're arresting you and try and read you your rights?
That's after they apprehend you. Like,
Yeah,
if,
but you still have to announce that the cops coming to arrest you, right?
after they apprehend you. Oh, no. Listen, if the feds have a warrant, they can just kick your door in and fucking take you and then haul you outside
listen,
and
no-
then say, okay, we're from the police. Here's why.
No, I understand, but I watched too many cop shows and they all like scream that, "Hey, police!" Like unless it's like a sting. Like, was this a sting or was it they're coming to arrest him? I'm not sure how that's true. You should look that up actually.
They shot his dog and his son. Damn. Sounds like he shouldn't have fought the police over something stupid.
Yeah, but why? Why were these other people shot if he was the only one fighting? Was everyone fighting?
I don't know. It wasn't a sting, it was a raid. Okay, whatever. Still.
I don't know about this one, Dev.
What do you mean? No.
Well, no, because, okay, no, listen, like, obviously, if one dude...
The police shot first. Yeah, I don't care if the police shot first. Sometimes there's reason for the police to shoot first, man. Like,
If the main dude, okay, I don't know what happened, but if the main dude is, like, fighting the police, then yeah, he's probably gonna get shot and die, even if he didn't start the fight. Either or, that part doesn't matter. I am more concerned about why the rest of his family also died. If the rest of his family was also fighting, then it makes sense why they died. But if they were cowering and hiding, and he was the only one fighting, then it doesn't make sense that they died.
man, like...
But I don't know enough about it.
If the police show up with a warrant, all right, and they're like, we're gonna arrest you, and then the fucking firefight breaks out,
Yeah.
and the police kill you or your family, it's like, well, shit, dude, like it's not the police's fault. They had a legitimate warrant to be there. No, it's not the police's fault.
Yeah, but are they? But no, and then that's why I'm saying that you should look up the cop thing, because if you don't
Yes.
have to yell about being a cop, then yeah, there's no there's no moral high ground for the shooting victim. But if you
Stop being a fat sack and watch the Wendigo video, you floppy fish. He gives a good neutral take on both sides of the argument there. Yeah, well, I'm not doing it right now, Festive, but thank you. You're just wrong. This keep saying I'm wrong, but nothing you've said, nothing that I've read shows that I'm wrong here. Namely, a sniper shot at his wife while she was holding a baby. Gotta convert this. Gotta confirm that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I personally just need more details of the stuff of the things. That's it.
Okay, where does the... I'm looking for where the firefight started. Let's see. Okay. Randy encountered the marshals at the Y is a Y junction, 500 yards from the cabin. Roderick yelled, "Back off, U.S. Marshal." Upon sighting Weaver, Cooper shouted, "Stop, U.S. Marshal." By their account, Samuel and Stryker came out of the woods about a minute later.
Striker's the dog.
Yeah, Stryker's the dog. When the marshal's position was revealed by the dog, Roderick shot the dog, dead. Seeing this, Samuel Weaver reportedly said to the marshals, "You killed my dog, you son of a bitch," and then shot in the direction of Roderick.
Wait, why did he kill the dog? Was the dog coming to attack him? It just says the dog was there.
He might have thought that the dog was coming to attack him. Yeah.
Okay. Strike number 1 for killing dog.
Yeah, but that's legitimate. Like, listen.
Not unless the dog's coming at you with intent.
Yeah, like if you're a police officer and you're there to arrest someone and like a dog charges you, you shoot the dog.
But it doesn't say the dog charged.
Yeah,
It just said the dog appeared.
We'll have to see why. At the body of Stryker after he was shot and killed. Yeah. But then, that's when Samuel Weaver began to shoot at the police officers. Wow. Okay. Then Samuel Weaver began to retreat up a hill and he was shot in the back. Okay. For clarification, don't do this for any topic, please. Why?
Because not having all the information and then arguing about it makes us bad optics, Dev.
Yeah, well. Hold on. Dev, I'm smart and truth-pilled, and I watch as I read half an article and declare to know everything. When did I ever declare to know everything? You fucking goon. All right? Okay. The more that I read, the more I'm like, yeah, okay. You might... Okay. But here's how both of these stories sound. You can start racking up, like, some faults on the police side, but then the faults on the private citizen side are like 10 times the size as of the faults on the police side. And people want to be like, well, that means the government's at fault. I was like, no. Dev, just be more sympathetic to stupid people, please. Let's see here. This is a terrible way. Okay, hold on. $5 from Lives and Dev's Wall. This is a terrible way to handle this and should be beneath you. Reading half an article and arguing with chat is not truth-seeking behavior. Move on. No, okay. Lives and Dev's Walls. Here's what you'll understand, all right? I can read half an article on stream. I could read a whole article on stream. The issue is that every single time I read through an article, and I'd be like, okay, here's a point that sounds like a data point we should consider. There's always an idiot in chat who goes like, and just like vomits into his keyboard, all right? And that is where there is a lack of truth-seeking behavior, all right? Like if I start to research a topic, and I go through like 20 data points, and the 20 data points line up against the chat's view of the topic, every single time I mention one, he's like, here's a point, here's a point, here's a point. Chat like spurgs out massively because they can't take any actual data points against their position. And it's like, I'm just reading the fucking article, dude. And I'm like, how come you guys are like this like attached to this fucking position? Dev, don't base your actions on your dumbest audience members. No, I want the dumb ones to be weeded out.
Dummy.
$5. Antelope. Yes, government was justified in taking actions, not the question. It's the government's performance. Okay. Listen, if the argument is the government could have done this better, but the people who they moved against were clearly fucking wrong, yeah, maybe that's the case. Yeah. But this idea that these events completely mean that you should just disregard all federal policing action, that's retarded. That's full retard bullshit.
Also, why was there a recon team?
Probably because he had like this large property there, like scouting out. to figure out like how to actually get there, what to do.
Well, if you're like, oh, because they were there to arrest him specifically, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind. No, you gotta send multiple
From what
people
you've
when you're
said-
arresting someone. I'm pretty sure that's like police protocol
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah. From what you said, it doesn't sound like you understand the arguments on either side, only their conclusions. Yeah, that's probably true. I probably need to look into it more. But you know what? Based on what I've seen, I already know that the meta position of the rightoids, which is these two events, mean that you can never trust any other federal policing action ever, and they're all corrupt, and they're all informants, and they're all fucking agents, and it's all, like that position is full retarded. All right, these two events do not logically lead to that position, which is why I fully reject it. Because remember, we started this talking about the fucking Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot. Which, by the way,
No, I
these
forgot.
two events have nothing to do with this, and whatever happened in these two events does not mean that any of this shit was wrong. Like it's completely fucking retarded to be like, oh, because of these two events, where like, yeah, they made a few mistakes, but the government was ultimately right. It turns out we have to completely view the whole Whitmer thing to be like a fucking false flag operation by the feds, by Donald Trump's feds. In fact, like it's so stupid, it's so dumb.
Honey.
Oh my god.
Honey.
No, like.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying anything against you. The only thing I am saying is, if you're going to continuously spurg out and scream, can you turn your mic down a little bit?
No.
Why not?
They deserve it.
Shut up.
These two events are the libertarian version of George Floyd. Yeah, pretty much. People just lost their fucking minds.
Why are we talking about Why would we ever talk about Canada? It's not like we're Canadians and that's the country we live in. No, what? That's
Bill
not
Skinner,
important.
$5. This is a bit of a self-call out, but Ruby Ridge is usually the story that sets people with an innate distrust for government further down that road. Yeah, I understand. That's retarded. All right, that is like simplistic thinking. You weren't supposed to get one guide in the first place. No, always get one guide.
We are Big Joe. That's the joke. That's okay, Big Joe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink some more coffee.
Moral behind Ruby Rid is read your fucking mail. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like a lot of people need to learn that lesson, though.
What the fuck? Sigh, if Dev can't even get the correct take on Ruby Ridge, it really makes me question almost all of what he said. You're retarded. Go swallow some fucking Legos.
Jesus.
Garcia, thanks $2. These two events are libertarians, George Floyd. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's so stupid, man. Like, George Floyd broke the leftoids' brains. They were just shrieking, like, irrationally about it. And it was so dumb. And that's what this is, yeah. Oh, man. Don't worry, things will shift as soon as Trump takes office. Oh, yeah, things are going to get worse. Have fun for that shit. Things are going to get worse when Trump takes office. Is it acceptable the murderer gut family over entrapment? Oh my fucking god, dude. Like, I didn't even say that. Now you're just lying about what I said. You know what? Hold on. Nope.
Yeah, don't time out your mod.
Nope.
Devin.
Yeah, so if you're actually just going to not represent what I've said accurately, you can just go away. Come back tomorrow with your fucking nonsense.
You mean without?
Yeah, without your fucking nonsense, yeah.
Oh, $10.
$10. Thank you, Terrace. Thank you. As an aside, one thing that's quite annoying is when popular accounts post something like, there's a location in the US where you can keep any jewels you find. Google Ruby Ridge. Banned them like, no, I'm not banning them. I'm just timing them out for a day. In fact, I've seen you say some dumb shit too, so get the fuck out of here.
Stop.
Nope.
Dev.
These aren't bans or timeouts. You'll be back tomorrow.
Dev.
I'm not banning them. I'm muting them for 24 hours.
Mhm.
Just fuck them.
Mhm.
They're stupid.
You can't fuck them if they're not in the chat.
Dev, this isn't healthy behavior? No. No. Get that ass muted. Based. 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 Mute him. Hold on. Listen, Anna, I didn't ban them. Banning is for bad faith. All right? I'll ban myself. Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, bitch.
$5.
$5. From experience watching police body cam footage, the police are wrong from time to time. Like 9% of the time, though, the arrestee is a complete moron. Oh yeah, dude. I've seen so many police body footages where people have been like, I can't believe the police overstepped, and like you watch it and they're completely fine, and it's like, wow, okay, this is actually like completely what you should do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the people that I'm banning for 24 hours, that I'm muting for 24 hours, they're not people who have been like, called me bad faith or anything, but they've repeatedly misrepresented what I've said.
Mm-hmm.
I've clarified, no, I don't mean this, and they just say it again. And I've been like, no, I don't mean this, and they just say it again. So I'm just like, you know what, get out of here. If you're not able to actually contribute to the fucking conversation, get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Get out. Freudian slip right there. Ba-da-ba, ba-da.
$1.
Or on the subject, the Quartering just posted a conspiracy video about Oklahoma City bombing, claiming it was a false flag attack. God. I fucking hate. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to come back. Well, then fuck them. If they self-exit the community, I don't fucking care. Seriously. Okay. You know what? You want to sit here and say, Dev, I can't believe you're so thin-skinned. You're fighting with chat. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If you're so thin-skinned that you say something stupid and frankly, sometimes malicious, and then I mute you for a day, then you don't come back, yeah, you're more thin-skinned than me, dude. Banned. None of you are free from sin. According used to be reasonable like 5 years ago. He's gone ridiculous, yeah. He's gone full fucking ridiculous. Ruby Ridge, Waco, Oklahoma City bombing, also 9/11, all connected, dude. They're all connected. Bring Dave on. Dave's not even around.
Dave's away boinking his girlfriend.
Keep on muting with your fat. Could you handle some banter? Oh, wow. So you were actually mad enough, whoever this is, boss troll, to like leave and come back on a different account. So
But it's
you
a
can
boss
actually just
troll.
go away permanently.
But Dev, it's a troll.
Yeah.
Damn it, Dev.
Well, no, like here, like at that point, okay, if you actually if you evade a muting, I will just permanently ban you.
Okay.
Like fuck off.
Okay.
It's so stupid. You can ban me back. Ban me from your channel. That's okay.
You know what I learned actually about pre 9/11 like
We didn't get through like any of the articles.
no we haven't. That pre 9/11 like terrorists like what you're supposed to do. I lost half of my words of that sentence, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So is that you were actually just supposed to do whatever like whoever was taking over the plane says, and that's like the main reason 9/11 happened?
Yep.
Because like yours like it's like if you're a cashier and be like you just have to give them all the money. It's like well you just like give them the plane and like go do what they do. Like learning that fact, I am surprised that the pilots didn't like be like okay well we're not gonna crash a plane into the building. Like did the terrorists take over the cockpit? Do you know? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, all of them did. Yeah, in 9/11. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So all the pilots got kicked out of the cockpit then.
Yep.
Okay.
Or some. I think some of them were actually killed even.
Well,
Yeah.
killed or kicked out. What everyone fucking died in the planes, I assume. So
Yeah,
you know,
well,
that,
yeah.
that part doesn't matter. They were killed by
Yeah.
getting kicked out of the cockpit.
Just took over the cockpit.
Cockpit.
Okay, so, let's do the next article.
God.
Listen, this shit's fun.
Yeah.
Seriously.
If you say so.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? For people who don't, so people who stick around and actually like fight with me on it, even if they're retarded, even if I'm retarded, it's still a good time. The people who turn the fighting malicious, I've been like, okay, I've now identified you as being terrible. I can ban you. Boom. And when a person who should be banned does get banned, that's good. That's a plus to the day. All right. So like the fighting is good and the banning is good. So it's like yes.
$2 for Sean King.
$2. $2. I've debated on unsubscribing to the quartering. Yeah, I did a long time ago, to be honest. Yeah. Hold on here. Yep. I like fighting. Do you?
I like fighting and debating.
Do you?
Because I'm a masochist.
I don't. Wait, no, Dev. The screeching isn't fun. It's childish. No, it's both. It's both, dude. This is real life. We're all retarded here. Yeah. Oh yeah, the quartering went nuts. He went like he went full tradcon too. Yeah. Okay, let's continue here. Next one. What is this one? Maybe watch this. Oh yeah. Okay. I want Naomi to read this.
What am I? What?
He-
Out loud?
He deleted this. Okay, so here, just take this and then press like down.
But am I reading it out loud?
Yes.
Hey everyone, I have to tell you folks something. I am a quite advanced mystic, oh my god, and am capable of communing with the spirit world. If you wonder why I know so much and am so successful at the age of 23, this is part of the reason. I have a photographic memory, and I have used this to have hundreds of hours of communication with different spiritual forces. With whether God, the devil, Mother Nature, Hermes Trismegistus, the anima, and many more. I have a pretty good map of the spirit world, the Lord God, and the tree of life, which is the spirit of consciousness connected to you by blood through evolution, are forcing me against my own consent to intervene in the game now. I really did not want to do this, but God forced my hand. I did this since I was concerned we'd all fucking die as a society if I don't, and I am young enough. I'm invested. They're really worried about you. They can see inside your souls and and know you're all miserable. None of you get laid, have babies, or have any reason to live or connection to the divine. It causes them so much suffering that they sent me to say everything is going to be fine and that I'm here to be responsible for my people's survival and their soul. I'm here to explain how both the spirit and material worlds work to you in this stressful juncture in evolution. I serve God and the Tree of Life. I have 10 hours of video content I've just released explaining what exactly happened to me, what I know of the world, and why modernity, I can't say that word, is all lies. You know, we can't speak English words. Everything your era believes are lies. 99% of human history agrees about all of this stuff, and modern industrial civilization is the one exception. Get with the program. They're all venerated the divine, and God doesn't take insults lightly. Your bloodline, God, and the spirit world all believe you are completely insane. They see Western civilization is committing suicide and the birth rate is in complete freefall, careening towards zero. They have already won, and you haven't realized yet. I have already established a unified theory of life that incorporates physics, history, every major world religion, biology, Darwinism, Plato, and Aristotle. Watch the video if you're interested. Your ancestors were correct, and you are wrong. I am a proud Christian, and I was very careful that nothing I say contradicts the Bible, so this message can elevate Christ. If I ever do, I will immediately submit to Scripture. My message can be integrated with any given world religion, since I stand for freedom so that we can all experience the spirit world on our own terms. I've been there, and I'll show you how. I'm a man who stands for other men. I stand so that men will not be treated as cattle. The meaning of life is empathy, to listen to others and understand them. At the same time, to take responsibility for
Having
your
fun,
own
guys.
actions, to be an adult and accurately assess your environment with self-awareness, to see what you want yourself, to take your own destiny and follow the path God wants for you. There is no irony or joke here. This is my best attempt at truth. Look, I'm an empiricist where I just tell you what I read and what I hear from the divine. I challenge anyone to disprove me. I support civil debates to prove me wrong with those who would like to do so. If I'm wrong, I will immediately accept that. I only have 2 requests for you. The first one is you should not bother me or my people. So you can debate me, but don't talk to me. Every day, I or anyone I'm close to gets personally harassed. I refuse to speak to the divine. So, does that mean he never speaks to the divine? I know he said he did earlier, but if you get harassed every day and then don't speak to the divine when you get harassed,
Just keep going. Just
then
keep
that
going.
means that you don't speak to the divine. God and the tree are getting really tired of our society's immaturity and will punish this kind of behavior. I really don't want to bother anyone, and I ask the same of you. This is quite stressful for me, so I'd like a moment of calm to think. The second is that all debates and conversations I have must be based in logical first principles, no ideology, hysteria, and foolishness.
Okay, so just to be quick,
Who is this?
he deleted this post, by the
Who?
way. He deleted this.
Who?
It fucking went crazy, obviously, but he
Who?
deleted this post.
Who?
It is what if altist?
That means nothing to me. He was off his drugs, yeah, probably.
Was he? Was he on them? I don't know. What if altist? He wanted to talk to me at one point, and I still am friendly with him. And he watches my videos. I watch some of his, but like, what if altist? Yeah. He's done a lot of like doomer content about how the world's gonna collapse in the next 100 years recently. And it's like, okay, dude. But yeah, I just, like a couple years ago, his content was pretty good. It got slowly crazier over and over and over. And then eventually we see shit like this. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck happened?
People developed all the mental illnesses during COVID. That's what happened.
Let's see. Sitch and Adam, $20 from Alaska Night. Thank you very much, dude. Sitch and Adam kept trying to tell me that Rudyard was a cool dude, but he just comes off as an unhinged schizo zoomer. I see. TRG Scorpion, $2. Ayahuasca is a hell of a drug. Fair enough, dude. He was tripping off of ayahuasca, says Aaron Gray. Okay. Hun for $10. Thank you. Conspiracy theorists. Everything's connected. 9/11 is connected to Waco. Waco's connected to the chemtrail. The chemtrail's connected to Big Dairy lies about raw milk. Oh, it's all connected, dude. Absolutely.
Okay, no, I haven't. No, on the topic, ignoring this topic, on the topic of raw milk. What the fuck is organic milk?
It's milk that hasn't been like cleaned or filtered or.
No, that's raw milk. What's
Okay.
organic milk? Can you Google that?
Okay.
Google that.
Probably the cows
we-
aren't.
'cause
The
we-
cows aren't fed anything that has like pesticides on it.
I say my store. I can't say that anymore. Ha! The
Ah.
store I used to work at sells organic milk. What the fuck is it? Yes. What is the difference?
Yeah, the animals are fed a natural organic diet. Yep, that's what I thought it would be. Well, the cows are fed organic food.
So what do non-organic cows eat? Do they not
They probably have just like grass that's been sprayed with pesticides or whatever.
based?
Okay.
No more bugs in my body.
Sean King, $5. Someone who's followed the James Randi Foundation. What if Altus went off the deep end from when we started talking about the spirit world? Wow.
No, because it didn't explain what organic milk was
hold
on
on.
the organic milk cart.
Dev, your Twitter isn't clean either. You have some crazy takes. No, I don't. My takes are correct. They just piss people off. My takes are correct. Sent you the full Wea stream schizo rant if you want it. Okay, I'll check it out after, man. Thank you very much. But yeah, wild, dude. What a fucking crazy. Like, this guy went somewhere.
Yep.
I don't know how.
He went somewhere
Why?
deep into his mind to connect to the mystic world tree and God.
Yeah. What if Altis started YouTube at 13?
Wild.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy. Yeah. Also, I feel like it's anti-Christian to say that you believe in God and a world tree.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, isn't it supposed to be only God and the Almighty God?
Yep.
And that's it? And anything else
So-
is a work of the devil?
So regarding what Drybread said about him, he was 13. He started when he was 15. Yeah, so no, his popular videos when he was 15. Like, imagine being 15 years old and your YouTube channel's blowing up. You're getting millions of views on a video, and it's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like,
yeah, actually, this does seem a bit like a schizophrenic break. So maybe he
Yeah.
actually, because like I'm pretty sure that for men, if I remember correctly, you can actually start developing, like you can get schizophrenia like in your early 20s.
mm,
So
crazy.
maybe.
Okay, let's keep going though. Oh yeah, a Superman impersonator has tried to stop a bus with a hand. He got clonked.
By the bus?
Yep.
Well, yes.
Guess you're not actually Superman, buddy.
Nope.
Here he is.
I'll make a complaint about this vehicle's brakes. They're not working. What?
Like,
I don't think the bus expected you to
okay,
just
he's
stand
like,
there.
I am made of steel. I survived.
Good
What?
God.
Crazy. A Brazilian Superman impersonator's attempt to mimic stopping a bus backfired epically after the comedian was hit for real by the vehicle. It's a stunt that I always do. This time I almost turned into an accident. Yeah.
Why would you do that?
He's like, oh!
Don't stand in front of buses. That's how you die. Good. What? What?
Mm-hmm.
We got deserved to get hit by a bus if you do this shit all the time.
Superman's not as fit as I remember. Yeah.
God.
No James Dean. Not James Dean. What was his name? Dean Cain. Yeah. You don't remember?
No.
Okay.
I haven't seen like any Superman movies.
This guy.
I have no idea who that is.
He played Superman back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, fucking ancient times?
No, it was like
The
early 90s.
1900s?
Early
The
90s.
1900s?
He's early 90s. Also, he's Asian. He's an Asian man, and no one cared back then.
Yeah.
'Cause people hadn't lost their fucking minds yet.
They would have cared if he was black.
Maybe. That's okay, though.
Wow. Actually, you could probably make Superman like be black and have it not be an issue.
Maybe. Dean Cain was my favorite Superman. He's still an all-around great guy. Yeah, he is. He blended in enough. Isn't he half? Isn't he like half white, half Asian? I think he is. You can kind of tell. Asian. No one cared because he at least looked like Superman somewhat.
You know what he actually looks like? He looks like an older. Oh God, what's his name?
Hmm?
He looks like the old, like an adult version of the guy from Invincible, just in real life.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
guess
forget
so.
his name though. I forget his name. Mark.
Mark.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Mark Grayson.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dean Cain is just adult Mark Grayson. At least when he played Superman.
Yeah. And now, like, he's like in his middle age now, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, still cool. Only Kryptonian actors from here on out. Let's continue on. Because it didn't work out for this guy. Ex-Pixar staffers decry win or lose trans storyline being scrapped. I can't tell you how much I cried. Okay.
What?
One consultant on the episode says the company is asking someone to play someone they're not by changing a character voice by trans activist Channel Stewart to cisgender. Okay.
She's an actor. God, I hate this fucking.
Yeah.
I hate it.
'Kay.
Just go. Start.
Some of the creatives who would help shape the transgender storyline for the Pixar series Win or Lose are mourning its loss after the Hollywood Reporter broke.
Do you need water? Devin. I'm just Take this.
I'm okay.
Drink it.
Hold on. Just a really bad hiccup. Oh, okay. So, some of the creators who helped shape the transgender storyline for the Pixar series Win or Lose are mourning its loss after The Hollywood Reporter broke the news last week that the character at its center will now be portrayed as cisgender. It hardly surprised me, but it devastated me, says Sarah Ligatic, a former Pixar assistant editor who consulted on the episode. For a long time, Disney has not been in the business of making great content. They have been in the business of making great profits. Even as far back as 2 years ago when I was at Pixar, we had a meeting with then CEO Bob Chapek, and they were clear with us that they see animation as a conservative medium. Since fucking when?
Since forever. Disney's been around a long ass time.
Yeah, but like they've been doing the woke thing for like 10 years now. So, as THR reported, Win or Lose focuses on a middle school co-ed softball team called the Pickles with a voice class including Will Forte as coach, is scuttling a storyline involving a character named Kai expressing her trans identity. A spokesperson for... Yeah, I know.
Shut up.
I know, dude.
Shut up.
I know.
Shut up. Shut up and read the article. Shut up. Shut up.
Naomi.
Shut up.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Shut up.
A spokesperson for Disney, which acquired the acclaimed animation studio in 2006, said in a statement that many parents would prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms and timeline. Which is true, by the way. It is probably better for kids to learn about gay and trans stuff. Maybe not when they're 5 fucking years old. Maybe a little bit older. Maybe the parents can bring it up with them themselves.
I generally assume that you learn about that stuff when you're like in a sex ed class, like,
Yeah.
very specifically. But
Yeah.
like you probably will run into like gay and trans stuff if you're a kid,
Yep.
and you just be like, oh
Okay,
yeah,
hold on. Indirect Soder is the kind of guy who holds on to every single piece of like old lore. Like he's gone through all the old gaming playthroughs and pulled out shit that's been buried for like fucking 12 years.
and you'll never know because I never said it on stream. You
So
fuck.
we're not going to talk about that. Okay, so THR expressed to multiple former Pixar staffers who expressed their sorrow and dismay at the company having axed the storyline. One also noted the apparent irony of the Disney statement, given that the company's animated films are known for including such adult themes as death of a parent, like Bambi or Lion King, or substance use, like Alice in Wonderland or Pinocchio.
True.
Of particular frustration was the episode having already been completed, meaning that adjusting the story elements requires the team to scramble to be ready for the February release. And this brings added expense. The episode in its final form was so beautiful and beautifully illustrated some of the experiences of being trans, and it was literally going to save lives by showing those who feel alone and unloved, and that there are people out there who understand.
You laugh at that, but a lot of people feel that way about like pieces of media they get attached to.
No, I get it, but it's still dumb.
Well, it doesn't matter because
It's
it's still a true statement.
It's still stupid.
Even if
though.
you think it's stupid, it's still a true statement.
Listen, if there's like a kid who has gender dysphoria and they're in the closet, and it's like, if only I saw the Win or Lose episode, I wouldn't kill myself. Like, no, I don't buy it.
Okay.
I don't buy that shit.
All right.
You think so?
Yeah, you're wrong though.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see guys who were attracted to traps growing up to understand that. Oh, that's
That's
cool.
because you don't give a shit about other people's opinions about anything, which is why you're so bad at optics.
Based. Based.
Bit chat.
Wait, Dev's sex ed class. Okay, kids, here's the thing about being gay. If you're on top, you're straight. As for trans, if it gives you a boner, it's a woman. Child, so that lizard is a woman? Dev, yes, Giga Chat.
Yep, that sounds pretty
Based.
accurate.
Based. Okay, so anyway. Disney has decided to spend money trying to not save lives. Like, this line
Yeah, that's stupid.
is stupid.
That's stupid.
Is fucking dumb. All right? Like, the save lives thing only works if you believe that gender dysphoria causes intense, like, distress, and therefore you... However, if you believe in self-ID, then you can't have that line, because why not just ID out of it? Like, it's so stupid. Okay. Yep. And of course, prioritizing diversity, lots of talk about trans stuff. Yes, yes, yes. However, I want to... Of course, it's political. Yeah, of course it is. I want to find that one specific thing.
Well, how old is the kid supposed to be? Like, can you scroll back up to the picture real quick? I'm sorry. Like, is it these kids? Because these kids look like they're in elementary to middle school.
Yeah, they could be like 10 or something.
I generally think most trans storylines are better used in high school anyway, because
Yeah.
that's when all the puberty and like the main issues of being trans comes in, right?
Yep. Yep. Like I think if Buffy were made today, you'd probably have like a trans kid in it, like a character who like transitions or something
Yeah.
in high school. That's like a Buffy thing to do.
Would have been Oz. It would have been Oz.
Because he was the emo.
No, it would have been Oz because Willow's a lesbian.
You're just done to stay with her. That's bullshit.
No. Okay, no. It would have been Oz, trans, but like female to male. So Willow wouldn't have cared because she's a lesbian. And then she would have gone with Tara afterwards. Same storyline, just Oz is trans. Oh my god, I'm right.
Oh, by the way, Joss Whedon did talk about doing a Buffy reboot.
No.
But he wanted Buffy to be black this time.
Why? I mean,
that was the only thing he said. He's like, I'm doing Buffy again. I'm making her black.
I suppose
It's
it
like,
doesn't
what's
really
the
matter
difference?
what race Buffy is. It just feels weird that he's very specifically
Hold
like,
on.
he must be black.
It kind of matters because
Why?
the whole point of Buffy is that she's supposed to be. She starts the story being like an all-American kind of bimbo
Are you
cheerleader
saying
high
that
school.
a black woman
Wait,
can't be a bimbo cheerleader?
let me finish it. An all-American bimbo cheerleader high school type, and that usually is white, blonde, and ditzy. Yeah.
Well, then just make her black and ditzy.
Well, then they'd be like, well, this is now racist because you're making the black character stupid.
Yeah, but Buffy wasn't actually stupid.
She was in season 1.
Like a little.
Yeah, she was pretty dumb.
Listen, I think, to be honest, I think she was like, Buffy wasn't necessarily stupid. She was not as strong academically, only because she hated going to class and like didn't have time to study because she was a fucking vampire slayer. But
Hold on.
but anytime she had time to study, she was always like, holy shit, I'm getting really good grades. This is awesome.
$105. A trans episode from Disney is going to save lives. That is the most millennial thing I've ever heard. And what is Buffy?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's a 90s show that is not as good as I remembered it being, but
Baldo.
it's okay. Any Baldo lovers in the chat right now?
Hold on.
Me.
I enjoyed my first time going through it with you.
Yeah, no,
It has some flaws. It's pretty good.
no, yes, I understand. I'm not saying Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a bad show. Not at all.
Call up Mauler right now.
I'm just saying that when I first watched it, I remember being like, oh my god, this is like the most fucking amazing piece of cinema I've ever seen. And rewatching it again, I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot of flaws in here I didn't notice the first time
Yeah,
through.
there are definitely some flaws, but it was overall a really good show, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, okay, hold on.
What?
Take Buffy, put her in Twilight. Would Buffy have liked Edward?
No, he would have been way too fucking melodramatic. Oh, you mean like romantically?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Buffy clearly has a vampire fetish.
No, listen. She would have liked Edward only if she could have heard Edward's inner thoughts that we experience. I think it was in book 3 that we actually hear Edward's inner thoughts. She's like, I'm a fucking monster. I want to eat and kill all these annoying teenagers around me, but I can't do it. It's so hard to focus. Bella smells so good. Like, she would have liked him if she could hear, like, his thoughts like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she would have liked him. But if you just got the outside perspective of Edward that we usually get, then I don't think she would have liked him that much and would have called him a drama queen.
Were you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
I was. Listen,
Why are you yelling so much now? Calm down.
I must yell when I'm excited. That's how it works.
You're excited about Twilight?
No, I must yell when I feel excitement about things.
You're excited about Twilight? That's why you're yelling? Because we're talking about that right now.
Listen, I know all about Twilight. Don't you remember when no, listen, we did a stream where all of
Wait, Naomi's Team Jacob. She's all about the infant marriage.
No, I was kind of Team Jacob because Edward was like being weird, but then that whole fucking thing with like Bella being pregnant and then Jacob being like, ooh, Renesmee, ooh, and I was just like, nope, I'm out. No more Jacob. Jacob's not allowed.
$2 from Goodman, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They were somewhat cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Where it was like daily life, but also supernatural.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We need more slice of life shows.
That are also supernatural
Anyway,
things in them.
what I was saying, because you always distract me all the time about everything, is that
Mm-hmm.
you, me, Dave, and Jess did a fucking
Twilight
Twilight quiz show, and I fucking won.
You did.
So.
We did that on the show years ago, man. Fucking yeah. No, we got a hold of that Wii game, Seen
Yeah.
at Twilight. What a
Yes.
fucking piece of shit.
I won.
Please don't bring up the pedo vampire film. Okay, fair enough.
Sounds good. Well, you know what we should do? You know what we
Dev,
should
how can I
do?
know that you're wrong? I must turn against you. If a woman isn't crying or referring to you by your full legal name.
Okay, listen, you know what we should do? We should play Scene at Harry Potter.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the
Why?
whole series.
No.
Yes, because you will fail because all you do is read methods of rationality.
If there's now, there's a better Harry Potter than Harry Potter is. Okay, listen, you cucks. I wanted to find a certain thing here in this. Don't say gay. 100% political. Gay! 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 Okay, here it is. Okay. So the voice actress for the character, who's trans, recalls feeling welcome and valued during her 2.5-year Pixar tenure before being laid off. Okay. She expresses frustration that the show has been completed for quite some time and saw its release date delayed multiple times after the initial launch. I can't tell you how much I cried yesterday thinking about that conversation with David that David had to have with Chanel. Not only are you asking someone to play someone they're not, but to also get them to wrap their mind around a political conversation that is just so beyond them. They had this story in the can for 2 years. So they could have released it in a Biden presidency, and they chose not to. It's like, listen, you don't need to be the character that you're playing as, all right? You can play as the character, like, listen.
Yeah,
Okay,
it annoys me.
Play as someone they're not. It's called acting cupcake. Exactly.
Yeah.
I recall hearing from Will Smith, okay? And very early in Will Smith's acting career, he had a job where he had to make out with another man in the movie. It was like early 90s.
Yeah.
He refused to do it.
Because he's
He refused to do it. And then a few years later, he said, it's the biggest regret of my career because I'm an actor, I'm a professional, I should have done it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't make you gay. You're like, it doesn't mean that you're gay just because you're playing a gay character. Like,
like, God, it always annoys me so much when people are just like, oh, yo, I have to play a different sexuality. Oh, no. Like, who is the main guy who was in Rocky Horror Picture Show? Like, the transvestite.
oh, fuck. Don't remember his name.
Okay, well,
I know you mean, though.
also Oppenheimer. Like, they've both played women
That's the movie, yeah.
in other shows.
Mhm.
Like, in other movies and stuff.
Yep.
And they're still both very masculine people.
Yep.
Like, God,
Tim
no,
Curry,
it
yeah.
doesn't make him gay, guys. No, you're idiots. It does not make him gay.
Listen, it's a gay act, but you're not a gay man. If you're straight and you're an actor and you kiss another man on the job, it doesn't make you gay.
Tim Curry, thank you.
It's a gay action, but you're not a gay man.
God, no. It's not, no. Jesus Christ.
Also, isn't Will Smith gay? No.
No.
What the fuck?
I'm so tired.
Listen, see? Now you know why I fight with chat. Because they're dumb, all right? And you only see it when it comes out in a conversation like this. But otherwise, you're like, Dev, you just need to... Oh, Dev, don't do it. No.
I didn't fucking say anything this time. I just said not to fucking ban or mute people. That's all I said.
Nope.
You shit.
Nope. It's only gay if the tips touch. Oh.
It's only gay if you come.
Okay.
God. The guy's sucking you off and you come in his mouth, that makes you gay. The guy's sucking you off and then you go soft, that makes you not gay.
Even getting more fantastical. How the hell can people play superheroes or wizards if you can't be what you're not?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's so stupid. You got to see the sequel shock treatment. What is that? What is sequel shock? What are you talking about? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue on. I might like. So here's the thing. I'm gonna put this article aside and use it in something because. Do you recall that really terrible? Hold on, I can find it. Oh, patter of heads. Doogie Howser, MD, wasn't gay despite being played by Neil Patrick Harris. I mean, he was a dweeb in the early '90s, so he was gay, but he wasn't homo.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tara Shevchenko, $5. There's an actor who won't kiss people who aren't his wife, so he often plays bad guys because they don't have kissing scenes. He's a good actor.
Yeah, but like he's still acting.
He's still acting.
Like
yeah.
he's just denying himself roles that like it's slightly different because that's just like a standard that he has that he refuses to go on.
Okay.
But like if you do it like one time and then immediately regret it and it's just like, well, you know, or don't do it, I should say.
How many of you guys heard about the problem with Apu?
Oh, I heard about this, thought it was stupid, and didn't hear anything else about it.
Yeah, this is a 2017 documentary, and it basically The film explores encounters with negative stereotypes, minstrelsy, racial microaggressions, and slurs against people of Indian and South Asian heritage. And it focuses on Apu, right? Because Apu is like he's very clearly an Indian immigrant to the United States in Simpsons.
Which is ugh. People who have issues with Apu just make me angry
But-
because like
so here's
he
the thing.
wasn't a bad character or even
wasn't.
like super minstrelly. He was literally like most of the Indian people we've met.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like he was just real.
Yeah, and he was actually a very positive form of Indian representation. However, he was also very stereotypical, and so this guy, being a progressive from the 2010s, thought that was a very negative thing. So after this, I think around this time, Apu was gone from Simpsons. He's fucking out. They say he's racist.
I was incredibly annoyed that I
And
think
now-
that's when I stopped watching Simpsons actually.
And now, what's really funny is like look at how Indian people are treated now. Like the crazy amount of whether you think it's justified or not, whether you're on the side of Elon or Vivek or whoever, the last few months have seen this explosion of Indian stereotypes online, like very negative ones, not even positive ones like Apu, like very negative ones, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, hey, listen, so in trading away your positive representation, even if it was kind of like tokeny, whatever, it was still positive representation. You now have like people talking about Indians all being like poo-covered shit, like street shitters, and how they're coming in like destroying America by flooding with all the H-1B visas and like just the bitch lasagna era of around 2019. Yeah, I'm just like, listen, in a way, you've taken away like culturally probably the most positive representation of Indians in the United States. And now here we are, 7 years later, and there's this massive upswelling of hatred towards Indian people. And it's like, maybe you should have kept the positive representation.
Yeah, like I've always been of the opinion that even if it feels like, oh yeah, they just drop them in here just to have diversity. If it's positive representation, keep it in. Just keep it. It's positive. It's fine. People like them. It doesn't really matter. Just keep it. It's fine. Just keep it. Because it's positive. If it's negative, get rid of it. It's positive. Keep it. Fuck. It's not that hard. It's dumb. Stupid.
I see the massive migration that Trudeau brought in of the lowest caste of East Indians. It started in Canada and shifted to the States.
Yeah, that too. That didn't help.
Yep, didn't help.
Mistakes.
It's a situation where like our countries are no longer taking the best people. They're taking like just some of the shitters. And I don't mean that in a negative way. You know what I mean?
No. Thank you for the $2. No more Apu. Only poo-poo allowed.
Fuck.
Oh God. Did Apu have H1B?
But I think I'm gonna do a video on this because like this was a big deal when it came out, and now I'm like thinking we're now in a post Apu world.
Yeah.
And things are so much worse than what anything was describing in this. And I want to kind of go through it and be like, look how stupid you are.
Yep. Also, yeah, like someone said it earlier, but like Apu was one of the nicest characters in The Simpsons. Like a lot of like when you watch The Simpsons, like a lot of people are just like shitty.
Yep.
But like not as shitty as like Family Guy or American Dad, where like everyone's actually just a shitheel.
Yep.
But like they're kind of shitty. Apu was like almost like never actually a shitty person.
Yeah.
The only critique that you can really have against him is that he definitely did not care about the quality of his hot dogs. And that is not a euphemism.
Talk to Mahler about this one? Yeah, maybe. I might. But I'm going to tie it in with this article here because there's definitely the situation where you don't need to be part of a demographic that you're...
Yeah.
That you play as. It's not required. Stop being stupid, guys.
Yep. 'Cause I mean, most like little boys are voiced by women anyway, so...
Let's continue on. A 2-year-old child
No.
dies. Another child was hurt after the wind sends a bouncy house flying.
Okay, no, this one's not so bad. This one's not so sad. It's sad that a 2-year-old died, but this one's not as sad as other articles you keep showing me.
What's this? Let's see. Here we go.
Bit chat. Wait, The Simpsons is still on? Yes. It's
Yep.
on like season 5 million.
Wait, when Gabriel Iglesias was asked to play Speedy Gonzalez and they said he was offensive, he asked, what's the crime? He's fast and Mexican.
Yeah.
All right. Don't cancel Speedy. He's a representation we have. Yeah.
Yep.
Very true, dude.
Yep. Well, I think that's the way a lot of people feel. Like, if you have representation, and that's the only representation you have, if it's good, you keep it. Because a lot of the times, you didn't have a lot of representation in the first place.
Also, people.
And it's not like they added new Indian characters, is it? Did they add any
Um,
new Indian characters?
I
for
don't
the
know what they
Simpsons?
did.
I think they just made Apu leave, and that was it. It was like getting rid of Cleveland and Family Guy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
Anyway,
like, yes, let's get rid of the only black character to give him his own very failed show with a
and they just
talking
fucking
bear.
fell apart.
There was a talking bear for literally no fucking reason. I don't understand what Seth MacFarlane was thinking.
Yep. Okay, so one child died, another child was injured in a bounce house accident. Several children were playing at a bouncy house when a strong gust of wind sent it flying into a neighboring lot. 2-year-old was transported to hospital and later pronounced dead. Ouch. Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
They did not tie down
Why would
the
you send me this article, guys?
did not tie down the bounce house well enough.
It just flew away and just bounced?
Yep.
Okay.
It
Damn.
is sad the child died, though.
Oh, yeah, this is ridiculous. Governor Kevin Stint launches Classrooms to Careers to help Oklahoma students transition from school to the workforce by reforming graduation requirements and implementing new educational policies.
Think I've heard
So-
about this.
As soon as you read this, you're gonna know why this is bad. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right, we have a great work relationship with our career tech to our kids. Says the superintendent of this public school. They can take half a day at high school, then half a day at career tech, and get the skills they need to pursue their job training after high school. Classrooms to Careers includes reformed graduation requirements, the Parental Choice Tax Credit Act, recognition of relevant work experience as high school credit, and the addition of more financial literacy courses in high schools. That's good, obviously. Can I find the part that is bad here? New Year, where is it? It's not here. It's not here! Okay, so maybe they're trying to hide the bad part of it, but when I looked it up, what part... This law changes in Oklahoma one of the graduation requirements for high school. And one of the requirements is that you have to either have a job lined up, a school lined up, or you're joining the military. So if you don't have one of those three paths already set for post high school, you can't graduate high school.
But you have to have graduated high school to be able to get a job at most places. Like, you need the diploma.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? Because, like, you can have it set up where, like, because I applied to universities before I graduated high school because they helped me with that. Yeah.
University is different. For most jobs, they need proof of a diploma.
One of the three.
Yeah. Well, what if you don't plan on going to university and you need a job?
Right. What if you're somebody who wanted to, let's say that you had a different life path set, right? You didn't have a job, you weren't going to the military, and you weren't going to school. You had something else going on. Under this, you wouldn't be allowed to graduate.
Yeah, no.
That's bad.
That's dumb.
Here, I will try to see if I can find the source on that, because I recall seeing that.
I don't even need a source. This is dumb.
Classrooms to Careers, Oklahoma.
Why don't you just use the Google fill-in? Damn it, Dev. Why must you always type out the whole word? Fuck. Annoys me.
Get annoyed.
I already am. Shit.
Okay, let's see. Hold on.
Also, Chad, I can't see you, so you gotta wait.
Give me a second.
Can't suck your dicks till I can see you again.
Slurp, slurp. Okay. A social media post made by the Oklahoma governor has sparked confusion and frustration among parents who see potential changes in the state's graduation requirements as forcing their children into military careers. Okay. Here's the post. In Oklahoma, we're turning careers into classrooms into career launch pads, from spending apprenticeships to higher education, went to prepare every student for... Okay. Reformed high school graduation requirements, allowing greater flexibility to study on a college or career readiness track. Where's the anger, though? Hold on. Wait, shit. Reopen. Go back.
If I attach my attachable penis and wear a binder, would that make me enough of a man for you?
Is this just going to be like crowd misunderstanding? Let's see. Subsequent comments about the post to news outlets where he listed the 3 pathways as strong options for Oklahoma students post-graduation. Okay. Oklahoma does not have a law that forces college, career tech, or military attendance on high school students to graduate. Okay. Okay, the comments were ideas, not an initiative or a plan. He had an idea, but it didn't go anywhere. Okay.
Ah. No. It's a shame.
How about letting students and families have it best for them? Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, so lots of people felt that it sounded like they were doing that, but it wasn't. It was just an idea. It wasn't official.
Okay, so you freaked out over nothing.
I didn't freak out. I just brought it up.
Okay. Sounds like a freak out to me, too.
Let's see. Okay. Is this linked to Project 2025?
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay. All right. But yeah, see, this is why this is why you should look at sources, guys. This is why you look at sources and not just be like, oh, Ruby Ridge, oh. Fuck you.
I don't know. This seems like a good idea, but then also a bad idea for some like
It
outlying
seems, yeah.
stuff. But like, also, what if you just want to travel for like a year before you get a job?
No graduation for you. To be fair, though, I mean,
You could like get a job, but then like I guess you could just. I feel like that would also be bad for jobs though, for like people who are just like let's just say for the example if they want to travel, like, oh yeah, okay, I have a job lined up, and then they just no call no show on their fucking first day because they're just like, I'm not in the country, goodbye.
Dev, now you're inviting dissent. Be right in silence and alert people later. Patience is a virtue. No. I'm inviting dissent so I can find the dissenters and crush them.
Under your big butt.
$5 from terrorists, lefts, and socialists. I think see anything that helps students get careers in school as compelled employment or some such. Yeah, I know what you mean. Here, let me put it this way.
Also, too many people don't know what they want to do in high school.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. This is
hold
an
on.
equally good and bad idea.
Can't you just get like your high school certification by not even going to high school in the States anyway?
You can get a GED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the GED is the exact same thing as a high school diploma?
Yep. People judge you for it though.
Do they? Why?
You're getting your GED because you should have gone to high school like a fucking normal person.
Fuck that. Dude, staying in school as long as it is one of the greatest regrets of my life. Oh. The Royal Troon.
This is not
The
that
Royal
funny.
Troon
This is
will
not that
have
funny.
longest hole in open history.
This is not that funny. You're an idiot. And you're too terminally online. No. No. No.
The Royal Troon will have longest hole
God, you know what? You're a royal
in
troon.
open history.
Fuck. It's just golf! Move on!
The Royal Troon will have the longest hole in open history when the Ayrshire Lynx plays host to the under
It's not
32nd
funny.
Championship in July.
No, it's just stupid. It's not even funny.
The sixth hole will measure 623 yards. 22 yards more than it did when Troon staged the 2016 Open.
This isn't funny. You're just an idiot. I love you, but you're stupid. God.
It was GameCube, but yeah, lost in latte.
Nope. You're all stupid and too terminally online. I'm right. This is not funny. It's literally just talking about golf.
There's a record attendance for the Troon Open of 250,000 people. Listen. You don't think this is funny?
No. Don't.
What is the Royal Troon?
Golf.
Is it like a golf course?
Yes. It's very obviously golf.
Mm-hmm.
Read Blonde's bit chat.
No, I'm continuing.
I'll read it that as punishment. GBH that whole, oh, don't worry, you don't know what you want to do in life. It's fine. You can wait for years. That's bullshit. You have to know what you want to do when you're done with high school, and you can't just take classes and figure it out. You have
The
to
Royal
have a
Troon
career
is big
plan
and stinky, isn't it, Dev? Fuck you.
and do 3 years of internships in college if you ever want to get a job. I made the mistake of listening to what my teacher said, and I got fucked for it.
Blonde is just a doomer. Start again, $5. Considering that the governor doesn't seem to understand his role, an idea like this shouldn't be coming from him. Not his job to introduce stuff. Fair enough. $5 from Terrace. If they adjusted holes 1 to 9, is that considered front hole surgery?
No.
The front 9.
No. No.
Listen, this is funny.
This is not funny. It's just stupid.
This is funny.
It's no.
Call me Star Sector. If you don't have money, use Seth code. I already pulled up Star Sector earlier, Draken, but thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh yeah, so Brittany Griner says a woman pushed her out of the women's restroom because she would believe the athlete was a man.
Yep.
And this person says, I can see why. Well, you're being mean, aren't you?
I mean, yes. Honestly, a lot of like.
That's kind of rude.
What kind of athlete is she?
Basketball.
Yeah, honestly, I find a lot of female athletes look a little mannish because
Yeah.
like I feel like it's just because when you're at like top peak physical form, everyone just kind of looks the same and it seems to default.
Look more
to
muscular,
man.
yeah.
But like when you're really thin, it seems to default more to feminine.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know.
Okay, here. Brittany Griner is really a man, and there she is. She's just fucking tall. She's 6'9".
Yeah, she's just bulky because she's in
Yeah.
sports. She's probably on steroids.
When you're a 6'9" woman, people tend to notice you. These days, she likely has more important things in her mind than her appearance. They're being sentenced to 9 years in prison on drug charges in Russia. What?
Was it steroids?
She
or
went to
other
drug
drugs?
charges in Russia?
Yeah.
Okay. And social media are saying the Olympic champion and 6-time WNBA All-Star is a man posing as a woman. But, okay, but is there proof of it, though? There's no evidence that Russia... Okay. There's no evidence that Griner's a man.
No.
Okay.
It's the fact that steroids deepen
Posted
a
photos of
woman's
herself as a
voice.
young girl.
Yeah, no. It's the fact that she's probably on steroids because she's in the Olympics, some sort of steroids. Because she's in the Olympics, and steroids deepen a woman's voice by a lot. Like, I was like, I was on YouTube Shorts, and I was listening to a guy interview women who do take steroids, and many of them just sounded like gay men.
Wow.
But they looked like really buff women, but they sounded like gay men. And you're like, nope, I'm on steroids. Like, you gotta, and if you like, people aren't open about it because you're not supposed to be taking steroids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, makes them beefy, and like all the natural ones, like we're still beefy, not as beefy as the one with steroids, but still beefy, but didn't sound like gay men.
Right.
But a lot of the ones on steroids sounded like gay men.
Understood.
So-
Got it.
Yeah, like a femme gay man, Okay, I'm sorry. That was very disrespectful of me. Like, a flamboyantly feminine gay man.
Ivy League students have been offered crayons, Legos, and cookies with milk to cope with Trump's election win.
Legos and milk. Are they drinking the Legos? Oh, crayons and Legos. And cookie. Well, I mean, yeah.
To cope with Trump's election win.
Lots of people use food as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, Legos and crayons, though? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Ivy League schools across the U.S. canceled classes, postponed exams, and told students they could color with crayons and offered milk and cookies to cope with Donald Trump's resounding victory in the presidential election. Harvard University and the University of Pennsylvania, which is Donald Trump's alma mater, told students they could take the day off. At Harvard, classes ranging from applied math to the study of ancient Greek heroes were called off. University of Pennsylvania professors hastily adjusted exam schedules and offered additional support to students reeling from Trump's win. At Georgetown University's, they have a School of Public Policy, a self-care suite for students offered students the chance to play with Legos, doodle with crayons, and munch on milk and cookies in recognition of these stressful times. Like, what is this fucking bullshit?
Cope.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I didn't want Trump to get elected, but that's cope.
I didn't want Trump to get elected either, but that's obviously cope.
Yep.
Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. It's ridiculous. By the way,
Next article.
I'd also call these people weak, too. Obviously. Leftist professors at Columbia University and its sister school, Bernard College, which became epicenters of anti-Israel protests last year, also sent emails to students encouraging them to take it Wednesday following a presidential election. The professors sent out the memo around an hour before Pennsylvania was called for Trump by the decision desk. Okay.
Yeah, like
I recognize the process of the results of a national election can be heavy, and having space to breathe and go a bit slower is vital.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I just feel like I wouldn't really care if it was like a group of like a large group of students doing this. Like all the students were just like, yeah, we're not going to class today. Trump won. Life is terrible. They're students and they're still young. But like it feels wrong that the administration is just like, yeah, this is like we're the ones doing it.
Yeah, have your
Yeah.
milk and cookies. It feels strange.
Yeah. Stop that.
Dev wanted Holden Blood Feast to win the presidency. I'm a few minutes back. Is Dev still timing out everyone disagrees with him? Nope. In fact, I didn't do that at all. I timed out people who were being extremely fucking disingenuous. That's all. $5 for Sean King. I was wrongfully placed in life skills and never actually graduated high school. Then I went to academic upgrading, followed by college.
Oh,
Nice.
congrats.
Yeah, the coddling of adults is ridiculous. Also, yeah, Holden Blood Feast is fucking based. That's right. Just nuke her on, please. Things will get better if you do.
Jesus.
Just drop the bomb.
No, don't. Okay there, Hillary.
Based. Hillary Blood Feast! What's next? Royal Navy sailors are arrested on suspicion of raiding U.S. base for iPads and video games. Oh my god, guys. Britain versus U.S. war brewing. There we go. A group of Royal Navy sailors have been arrested on suspicion of stealing iPads, video games, and laptops before selling them. The 7 sailors were led away from their ship, the HMS Middleton, in handcuffs after being accused of raiding a duty-free electronics store on a U.S. military base in Bahrain. The group, which includes a chef and a communications officer, allegedly used security alarm-proof bags to snatch the items. Some were arrested by American armed military police when they were caught taking items out of the American shops on the base. Military police took the rest of the lads off the ship in cuffs. They stole anything that wasn't locked down. iPads, laptops, computer games. Wow. Guys, it's time for America to also bomb the UK.
No.
That's how you handle the fucking Muslim grooming gangs.
Hillary,
You nuke them.
no.
You nuke them.
Hillary, no. Damn it, Dad.
Drop bombs on Birmingham.
No.
Blow them away.
No.
Based. Let's go. Based. Hey, by the way, this shit is actual TDS. When people say that, like, that was TDS. No, this is actual TDS.
Hey, Butters.
Hey, Butters, like, fuck you, Dev. Okay. A new year in Seattle means new minimum wage. Oh my God, guys. Let's see. On New Year's Day, Seattle's minimum wage is jumping up to more than $20 per hour. And for some local small businesses, that is too much of a change to keep their doors open. The minimum wage for every Seattle employee increases to $20.76. That change applies to all businesses, regardless of size. Previously, if an employee earned at least $2.72 per hour in medical benefits or tips, a business could pay its workers $17.25 per hour. This is financially just not going to make sense anymore because just for me, the increase would cost me $32,000 more a year, said Corina Luckenbach. Okay. $5. Of course, the British would raid a store that has stuff sold tax-free. Based. Okay. For more than a decade, Luckenbach provided both breakfast and community to the people of West Seattle neighborhood. On Monday, Luckenbach closed the doors to restaurant Bebop Waffle Shop for good. Especially after the election, I think the hardest thing for me to close has been taking away a safe place for people. The stories of what it meant to people to come in and feel safe and feel welcomed. I just didn't know. I didn't know how much I affected people, and it's been really beautiful and cool to find that out. Luckenbach tells Fox 13 Seattle she thinks employees deserve to be paid more. She just can't afford to do it.
I mean, well, no, like, Kate.
Wow.
I am annoyed about minimum wage and how it's stagnated for, like, Canada and the U.S. because I feel like there's no good way to fix it now because it stayed the same for so many years. And the point of it probably should have been, yeah, it increases with inflation because inflation gets higher and then the minimum wage should get higher. Like, I'm not saying, like, I personally don't agree that minimum wage should, like, afford to feed a family. I think that at minimum wage, you should be able to pay rent, like, for a single person in an apartment and, like, be able to, like, live. You know, like, afford food and groceries. Like, your wage should be able to afford you, like, 24 hours worth of rent, like, 3 meals. Like, not takeout meals, but, like, 3 meals that you could cook at home. You know? Like, afford your utilities that you would use in a day. And, like, you should have a little bit left over. Right? Like, that's what minimum wage should be. And if it's not covering that, then that's not good. But the problem is because it stayed so low for so long that now there's no way to fix it. Because everything's now going to be too expensive because everyone's just like, well, the minimum wage should be here. It's like, yeah, but you can't afford to bump it up that high, that fast, because then it just fucks the economy over. So everyone's just fucked. We're all gonna die.
$5. British people are stealing my MWR Liberty items. It's pumped up kicks time. Listen, minimum wage is not the only thing that creates inflation. It's in fact a very small part of the conversation. But anyway, yeah, this is dumb. It is. Can we play this?
A new year means a new contentious policy in Seattle. Starting tomorrow,
Can't you make the quality
minimum wage
higher?
for the Emerald City is jumping up.
You need to stare at her boobs better.
For workers, but
Wow, they are kind of.
now evaluating what it
Look
means
at her.
for
She's
them.
like, yeah, you want to stick your dick between them?
Reports at least
That's
one
not
local
what she's
business says
saying.
it's just
God
the
damn
latest
it, Dev.
hardship, so they're going to be closing down for good. It's never an
Okay, $10 from Snardigan. Coddling of American youth is causing a massive increase in right-wingers. It's not possible to describe this resentment that's produced when you're treated as if you aren't responsible for your life. Oh, I know what you mean, Snardigan. I completely agree. Too quiet? Okay, I'll do what I can.
To shut down a staple in the community, but the owner of Bebop Waffle Shop tells me with the estimated cost of doing business due to this minimum wage increase, closing her doors was the only choice.
Safe space.
We need to fold up the tables and just like sweep the floor.
It's the end of an era in West Seattle.
Oh no. This was my dream, to own my own cafe, to run it how I want to, and to really like be in service to people.
More than a decade ago, Karina Lukenbach opened up her business. She served breakfast to the West Seattle community for years.
There's like a waffle bar of things.
Now, her dream comes to an end.
I've cried every day.
The tough decision to close is due to several reasons, including less foot traffic and rising costs of goods. But Karina tells me the final straw is the city's increasing minimum wage.
Just for me, the increase would cost me $32,000 more a year.
She says she's all for workers getting paid the most. Unfortunately for her, she just can't afford to keep up with the change.
Especially after the
Why do you keep
election, I
laughing
think the
at her?
hardest thing that has really
Because she's
been
dumb.
for me to
You have to go with the federal
is
minimum
taking
wage.
a safe space away from people.
It's not federal,
the
it's
stories of like
Seattle.
what it
Whatever.
meant to people.
Whatever fucking minimum wage
to come in
forced
and
upon
feel
you.
She
safe
voted this.
and to feel welcomed. I didn't know.
For people who live in the area, her shop is more than a business. It was a part of the community.
Happy that, in a way, that a friend may have less stress in her life.
While a decade of waffles is already wrapped, for one last night, it's alive again as Karina rings in the new year and its new changes with her West Seattle family and friends.
But we're going out celebrating because I'm really, really proud of what I did.
For businesses that provided tips to their employees, the minimum wage change is a 20% increase from what they were paying before. Seattle's minimum wage now is $4 more than the rest of the state.
So listen, yeah,
Reporting in
like
Seattle, I'm AJ Janavel, Fox 13.
when you vote for a policy that destroys your business, and even after your business has been destroyed, you still say, yeah, I agree with this. You're a retard. Which is why I laughed. Makes sense? You don't agree?
My opinion on the subject is that all is doomed.
All is doomed.
Well, like, because it is, because of what I already described. Like, you have people freaking out about the minimum wage, but it's because, like, it should have been raised.
Yeah.
To keep up with, like, the rising cost of living. And that's just a factual truth of the world. But it didn't happen, and now there's no actual good way to fix it.
Hold on. 102-year-old California father in a wheelchair ordered to scrub graffiti off his property or face a $1,100 fine. Wow.
That's a clickbait headline. I'm sure that they didn't force him to do it. They could have gotten somebody else to do it.
A 102-year-old wheelchair-bound California man was ordered to paint over his vandalized fence with his 70-year-old son or faced a hefty fine. Victor Silva painted over the black and red graffiti on the back fence of the home he has lived in for the past 80 years, after the city of Oakland implemented a March 19th deadline. Is this him, like, just painting in the wheelchair? Yep, there he goes. Okay. I just had a roller and paintbrush, and I just painted it. If Silva failed to comply with the order, he would face a $1,100 fine, including an additional $1,277 each time he failed a reinspection. He has painted over the recurring graffiti himself without issue for years, but it's become more of a struggle as he gets deeper into his twilight years.
This is when you just hire somebody to do it. Why is he...
It was very easy because I was a contractor, you know. I'll be 103 in 2 months or so. Let's slow it up a little bit.
Little, you know, just little.
Silva's family slammed the absurd actions by the city over the reoccurring issue. It was so absurd. It's like a joke. If you drive around the city and see the graffiti everywhere, it's just, I don't know what to say. Here he is.
So wait, if the graffiti's on his property, the city's having an issue with it, what kind of fucking graffiti is it?
I don't know. The burden now falls to his son, who's 70 years old, who claims the graffiti keeps popping up no matter what they do to prevent the vandalism. It's hard to keep up with it because as soon as we get it painted, there's going to be graffiti on it again, and it won't last.
It seems like a problem with the city.
Yep.
Not a problem with them painting the graffiti.
Silva's family pointed out that a utility box only yards away from the fence was covered in graffiti, further infuriating them when their 102-year-old father was threatened with a fine. Yeah, that's not public property, though. So here he is, just hanging out, painting.
Well, no, isn't his fence not public property? Like,
Yes, his fence isn't, but the box, there's
so he's getting
the
fined
utility
for...
box yards away from the fence.
Yes. I'm sorry that I do not know all the fucking rules about graffiti.
Why are you snapping?
Dev?
Why are you doing a snap?
Because you're fucking being like, I'm gonna reread this letter so the retarded Naomi understands. Listen, I'm just trying to clarify for myself.
Okay,
so
yeah.
In the public box, there's no fines because the city's in charge of it. But
Yeah.
why is there fines if it's on private property?
Because
Is it this from the city or from the HOA?
it's from the city.
Well, why?
Because they're retarded.
The city?
Because they were yes.
Yes, I agree, but like,
The fine is you have to clean up graffiti on your property. You get fined.
but why?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
It's because it's California. It's California.
Stupid.
He's called 911. You get puts on hold. Oh my god.
Jesus.
And there is the bright fence, all repainted. Good job. Yep. Is that David Lynch?
Yes. 100%. Obviously, is David Lynch being a reporter for Fox Local News.
Okay, anyway. Oh, yeah. What Trump really... Oh. It's blocked.
Don't
You know what?
have
You know
that
what? I'll read it.
extension?
Yeah, but I'll read it next week. Because you know what? I'll read it next week because I kind of want to be done. We're at 3 hours
We
now.
have 2 fucking articles left.
Zoop, it's
you
gone.
quitter.
We'll do it next
We have
week.
2 articles
We'll
left.
do it next week. Miss Naomi next week. Also, I want to play some video games, dude. Slaps. Time for more fights. The YouTube chat next week. Yeah, YouTube chat. Stop being retarded. You fucks. Why are you so dumb?
Blonde's bit chat.
No.
What?
Because you didn't fucking listen to when I said stop doing giant paragraphs for $1 fucking dollar. If you can't do that on YouTube, you can't do it on Twitter. I'm normalizing the rules. You know what? TreadLogic does this too. TreadLogic says, listen, you drop a giant fucking paragraph for $1, I'm not reading it. It's like, fair enough. Fuck you. Anyway, I was right about everything that we fought over today, and you're all retarded. And that's how it is. Which is also funny with his rage.
Instead of you being just
I'm
autistic.
I'm somewhat funny with my rage.
No.
Sure I am. I rage out. People laugh at me. That's how it is.
Nope.
You can set the length. Okay, based I will. Dave, read my chat that I sent 3 months ago.
Are you correct about bombing half the world?
Yes, base.
Did I report you to Twitch TOS?
Yeah, sure.
Damn it,
I don't
Dev.
fucking care.
No. Fucking shitty shit. Stop
Shitty
it.
shit?
Yes, you're a shitty shit.
Shitty shit?
Yeah. Shit,
Okay,
shit,
listen,
shit,
guys.
Shitty shit,
Um,
shit, shitty shit, shit.
Wait,
Shit,
Chud doesn't
shit.
read his chat.
Shit,
Chud, listen.
shit,
Listen.
shit, shit, shitty shit,
What?
shit, shit, shit. No!
Okay. We're going to take a break. We're going to play some Final Fantasy tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, today.
How long is this break?
I don't know, like fucking 15 minutes at the most. I gotta go to the washroom. I gotta get some water. I gotta get into the costume.
How about we make a half-hour break so I can eat?
No.
Why?
You just had fucking yogurt. Shut up.
You're so mean to me. The only thing I've eaten today.
We're not having a half-hour break. We're gonna lose our viewers if we do that. Yeah.
Okay, no dinner break for Naomi. I'll just
Hold on.
starve.
Chud will. Same with me. Okay. Chud constantly gets one guide. He does too. It's funny. And you know what? So do I. I obviously get one guide too. I get one guide all the time. It's fun. I enjoy it. Also, it allows me to purge out the fucking losers who need to get out of here. Purge them. Purge them. Purge them. Let Dev go eat. I'm not even hungry.
Yeah, I know.
Then just go eat quick. What are you even gonna eat?
I was gonna heat up the dinner that you made last night, Devin.
Did I make dinner last night?
Oh my fucking god. I'm leaving.
What did I
Goodbye,
make?
guys. Goodbye.
I don't even know what I made.
Bye.
I don't even remember what I made, dude. What was it?
Go see a doctor for your dementia.
Do you mean the pasta?
Dementia.
Do you mean the pasta? That was lunch, not dinner.
Dementia.
God, guys. Fucking lunch. All right, listen. Thanks for being here, guys. I do appreciate it. Even if you guys are wrong and dumb all the time, it's okay. You're still my wrong dumbs. Take a break. Come back. Final Fantasy. And yeah, more videos coming along. Don't you worry about it. Have a good one, guys. I love you.